Gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome one and all to the final day of the Pro Rivalry League Rival Week. I am joined by the magnanimous Johnny Boy here in the casting booth today to take you through all of our EU action today. Johnny, how are you feeling today? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't know that was a word. I'm not going to lie. You'll have to explain that one to me. Magnanimous? What does that mean?
It is, we'll stick with it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So
Okay,
we're off to a good start.
We're good. We're good.
But yeah, we have for you guys today, we have EnVyUs versus Gale Force Esports, two very competitive teams. Gale Force Esports, Johnny, one of perhaps the best, if not the best team in the world, consistently placing really high. Came second to Muffin Men at DH Atlanta. Did just win the NVIDIA DE Gamer Buddy event, which I believe you had the pleasure of going to live. So obviously you'll be able to talk us through that a little bit more.
In Atlanta?
Pardon?
Who did that? Me in Atlanta? I don't think so.
Oh no, I thought you were in Germany for the Gamer Buddy one.
Oh no, I wasn't at that. That was Gregan and Shogun. That was
my bad.
Yeah. No, I was somewhere in an airport watching, or whenever I could.
Okay.
Trying to watch as I go through security. It was pretty good though. They did good. They deserved that win.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, still two very competitive teams. Devo and Remco back on the EnVyUs roster. We just saw them last week at the Gfinity Elite Series, and they had about only Remco from their main roster, other two subs, but still they performed pretty damn well there. So we're hoping they can come out in full force with their main score tonight. We do have a best of 3 sets of best of 7. Obviously, if a team does take the 2 first best of 7, then there will not be a third. But we're hoping, Johnny, for some good games today.
8-0 the dream. Yeah? 8-0 the dream.
All the way
We're
through.
going to have the best of 3 best of 7s of all time. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We're just going to see what happens. I don't really know what to expect, because now that Gale Force have got that one win under their belt, I don't know if they're going to have the same motivation to succeed as they had previously.
I mean, there is still a lot on the line, although we may not be...
Classic Greasy, crossbar. Typical. We'll expect to see plenty of that, I'm sure. I mean, potential for 21 games. That's 50 crossbars for Greasy.
That's a lot of games right there.
I think at least 50 crossbars for Greasy. More than everyone in the rest of the pitch combined.
If you're in the chat, start the crossbar counter. Get it started. Count that up. But we're still waiting. There's another one.
Oh, that would have been pretty nasty. Greasy pre-jumped from the midfield. Don't know if he intended for Remco to pass the ball to him, but that's what happened. Pretty good start for Envy. Important that they start strong, because the Gale Force boys just never give up. They refuse to die. You think you've beaten them and then they just get back up again. At least that's my experience with watching them play.
Yeah, a fairly tenacious squad. Obviously, pressure is on Envy to come out in full force early on. K-Dot getting a bit of a power pinch there all the way up to the blue end of the field, and follows it in again for the full frontal assault right here. But it's kind of slowing down right now. Nothing too serious, just both teams testing the waters, as it were. If you're unfamiliar with the prize pool structure, by the way, guys, we do have $800 on the line. The winner of the matchup will take home 600 of that, and the loser will take home 200. So a fair amount on the line, not just pride at stake. And K-Dot fires one into the upper net to start the series off hot.
Yeah, just a typical K-Dot goal. It's kind of annoying how he just always booms it top shelf every time he touches the ball, but that's just K-Dot in a nutshell. Every shot's going to go top shelf at 100 more kilometers an hour. So 1-0. Gale Force started strong, but they couldn't get that goal they so desperately wanted. And this might be a sign of things to come, I'm afraid, as every time that these teams have matched up, Gale Force have been triumphant.
Obviously, a fairly long history then. Maybe this is the chance for Envy to break that streak, but they are... Still, they're 1-0 down, obviously early on in the series. We're not even at the halfway mark, so plenty of time for a turnaround. Really?
There's no comeback from this. This is over. We might as well call it. In fact, Shice has just told me in my ear that is it. We're all done.
That's the end of the broadcast. Thanks for coming out, guys. We're off. But yeah, still plenty of room to work with here for NV right now. Devo and Remco.
What a waste. He's going to be kicking himself if he keeps throwing away possession that easily. Could be a bit more useful with it. Look how deep Gale Force are sitting. They're just letting Envy hit the ball at them right now. They don't really feel very threatened. Anybody's going to be able to break that. I think it is Evo.
Away the possession.
Well, you don't expect to see that from Evo especially. He's one who always tries to dribble whenever he can, even in 3v3. So I don't expect to see him throw away the ball that carelessly too often.
Still, a lot of the time, I think we've seen the ball more in Envy's half right now than Gale Force. They're not doing well at keeping this ball for the boys in blue. And Gale Force have just been pressing on this offense right here, Johnny. They are, I wouldn't say it's kind of insurmountable pressure right now, but they are definitely kind of turning the thumb screws bit by bit. And it's going to be interesting to see how long Envy can last, especially in best of sevens, an endurance game more than a sprint right now. So it'll be an interesting matchup, that's for sure.
I do like what I'm seeing from Remco at the moment. He's trying to give his team space to breathe at the back when they're getting boost starved. You see, he leaves a lot of boost in favor of picking up the midfield. Becomes a potential passing play, but looks like they're going to miss on the connection yet again. See Remco and Greasy looking to wait downfield, make that offensive run, but no one is able to find the pass they're looking for. That's the problem for them right now. Oh, pre-jump, back flip. Greasy had the right idea, but he messed up mechanically.
That is just an unfortunate mechanical error. K-Dot flying in, and yeah, like you said, Greasy just not quite hitting that the front flip that should have been there into the ball. 2-0 to Gale Force. I don't want to call it too soon, Johnny, but they're looking pretty hot right now. Maybe they've had a chance to warm up. Envy looking a bit cold right now. Maybe they just need to take a minute, collect themselves. But they do need to get something going for themselves, maybe in the next couple of games, if they are in with a chance for this particular series.
It's interesting to see Turbo. Oh my word, what a dunk that would have been. I don't know myself if Turbo's been playing the Dominus full time recently. It's been a bit off and on with it. Maybe someone in the chat can let me know, because I've not had the pleasure of watching all the Rocket League tournaments recently. There's just so many to watch. Does anybody happen to know what car he played when they won that NVIDIA tournament in Germany? Because I don't. I was watching on mobile and I had no idea what car he was playing. I just saw a nameplate moving sort of fast. There you go, game one. Gale Force, as expected at this point. Oh, I nearly said GG. That would have been a disaster. Never say GG as a caster. Never, never, never. And always ready up straight away.
Surely.
I just said I nearly.
No,
I said
well,
I pressed 1, then I didn't press it again.
Just hanging off the edge right there. Well,
that's about as exciting as my life gets, if I'm honest with you. Nearly
just
saying
edging,
GG.
slowly.
Played with cards. Oh, well, that would explain why Turbo wasn't playing. Or what card Turbo was playing. I knew I didn't remember him playing the Dominus. That's like, I do not remember seeing Dominus Turbo at that NVIDIA tournament. And that's why he wasn't even playing at all.
That would be a key error in that calculation there. Clearly, if he's not playing, probably not going to be picking up the Dominus there. But he seems to be working it out.
He might have been playing Dominus, just not in that tournament.
That is true. That is also true.
Pro Rivalry League Twitch chat is more helpful than mine, though. That's not saying much, but it is saying something.
There you go. See, PRL best Twitch chat. We can count on you guys to fill us in on all the details, I'm sure.
Yeah, but your masters have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. You guys are there to help, and we appreciate that.
There we go. Much love to our guys in chat. Still, though, Gale Force are not gonna let this one run away. Turbo quite content to let that one rock back up and then take on 2 members. Remco, though, going to be putting a stop to that one fairly quickly and beats another one out. No follow-up, though. Panda able to get the clear. Devo challenging up in the midfield. I think Envy is starting to get slightly more aggressive. They're trying to make the plays out of their own half now. They're not being so passive. They're not throwing away their possession. But they really do need to get that wake-up call. And I think that first game, Johnny, may just have provided that for them.
Well, right now they're just trying not to concede because they dropped 2 goals last game to K-Dot. And how deep Remco is rotating, you can tell he just does not want to get scored on right now. They're not too concerned about rushing a goal. It's a long series. This is only first game of the first best of 7. But first objective for EnVy is not to concede, because K-Dop's striking is, in particular, is just so deadly. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile, or literally a goal. Even looking for a double touch, accidentally clips his car on the ceiling, but it doesn't matter. There's Remco. Casual bit of pressure. Does get started. That was Greasy, actually. He didn't get the landing he was looking for. A bit messy on the ceiling, but Remco is there.
It's a nice little
looking cars. Look at that. I could get them mixed up with Collier alone.
That was, yeah, nice little touch from Remco there through the space, wove it through all 3. EnVy obviously looking slightly more poised now. I think they've woken up monitors on now, Johnny, and they've started playing a little bit of a whiff there from 2. Greasy able to pick up the slack though, coming in from the midfield. Panda now on the offensive. Is there going to be anyone to follow up? Remco gets the touch. There's a heavy over rotate really coming out from Gale Force. Had to kind of struggle back. Lucky for them that there was no pressure from EnVy on the follow up. Turbo now going to try and take the one-on-one with Remco, but Remco beats him out to it and able to get a strong clear into the orange half.
I do think that the main way that EnVy can bully Gale Force is just using the speed of Devo and Greasy, probably the 2 fastest aerial players in the world on their day. Only it's going to be really tough for Gale Force rather to get any sort of pressure from the air. Probably when they'll start to look for ground plays from Violent Panda and K-Dop. K-Dop just a monster in 50-50s. Panda, one of the best P3. I wouldn't say one of the best in Rocket League, but in the 3v3 setting, he certainly is up there with the best in the world.
Still, it's kind of we've hit the ping pong phase of the game. It's just kind of long looping passes. K-Dop though, with that lethal precision that we were just talking about earlier, able to find that opening again. Greasy doing something interesting mechanically there, and Remco just goes sailing over the top. Devo with the wow in chat. Clearly not
Devo
too impressed with that one.
Surprised by the direction that ball came off the inside of the post. He'll be feeling a little bit robbed there. Credit to K-Dop, he did earn the net in the first place. Oh, there we go, Devo. Immediate revenge.
The demo there, crucial in that one.
Yeah, Remco making a big play there. Turbo moving forward to the front post. He thought that he had backup, but he did not. He's all alone in net. Remco coming at the blind spot. Remco making a big play in both of the goals so far for EnVy. Scored in the first and then the second. I wonder if that's going to be something that we can see more often, demo plays in and around.
I mean, that was a nice setup though. It was a nice little bit of bullying from Remco, and I say that knowing exactly what I'm saying. He is a very, can be from time to time, very physical player, and it does seem to work out in their favour. We've already seen a lot of the demos. In fact, all of the demos so far in this series have come out of the side of EnVyUs. So maybe this is a little bit of a new technique they're working on to try and open up some space on the field. Not going to be going anything right now. Greasy able to get the 50-50 from Turbo, deflects that off to the side, and Remco's there for the clear. 50 seconds now on the clock, dropping down. Are Gale Force going to be able to pick this one up, Johnny, do you reckon?
I don't think so. I haven't been very inspired by their creativity, honestly, for the entire series so far, but just the brute force of K-Dop striking has kept them in the game. I do wonder if they're going to be able to do anything flashy. It's mostly Violent Panda who, there, the assister, the playmaker, if you will, for Gale Force.
I mean, right now, we just take a quick look at the scoreboard. K-Dop has scored every single goal for Gale Force right now, so maybe it is just a question of Turbo and Panda just stepping up that little bit extra. Obviously, Panda being the playmaker so far, but maybe we just need a little bit more individual shine coming out from those guys. But right now, that is going to just about finish off game number 2. EnVyUs is going to pick up the second game. 1-1, we're tied up already in the series. Clearly plenty of time for anything to happen as we proceed onwards. Turbo just going to take a little bit of extra time to ready up there. But we will have Game 3 for you up and running. Showing off those titles.
I do wonder if EnVy can continue that exact style of play that we just saw. It's pretty much what we talked about in Game 1. They just need to dominate the air with Greed in Game 2. If they can do that, I don't think that Gale Force are going to have much of a say in the outcome of this game. Of course, EnVy have to do that playstyle and then do it well. So playing fast, of course, can. If Devo and Greasy can continue to play as fast as they did last game and not miss the ball for the rest of the series, this is going to be a win for EnVy, I guarantee it.
You reckon? Well, you heard it here first, folks. Johnny's going. EnVy is going to take the overall series.
Miss the ball. Watch
as long as they don't miss the
ball.
ball. I think that's a fair analysis of most Rocket League games. You do win as long as you don't miss the ball, unless you're faking, in which case you miss the ball on purpose.
We'll have to wait and see, because Devo and Greasy as well, two of the players at the highest peaks of individual skill that I've ever seen. Competitive Rocket League, the likes of Cuxer and Garrett G. Maybe online J-Naps would have a shout there as well, but it could also.
There's another crossbar for Greasy,
what a
though.
pop,
There's another one for Devo, but Devo with the double touch.
Just beautiful from Greasy. First touch, and then the bump on a turbo. Devo just getting that second touch, a bit fortunate. I'm not sure if the ball would have crossed the line without that second hit after his dodge, but he's a brave, and he did throw himself at that ball way before anybody from the Gale Force defense. And the same story continues. Are Gale Force going to be able to match this new pace that EnVy have decided to play at? Just doesn't look like it right now. It should have been another goal here for Remco. He rotated in the right line. Oh, there's a 50-50 going the right way. What on earth?
That is poor from Turbo right there. That should have been a goal. That is unfortunate there from Gale Force. They did have probably the best chance they're ever going to see in this series, but unfortunately they just weren't quite able to capitalize. If you are keeping count of the Greasy Meister crossbar count in chat, let me know what he's on. I think I've seen a couple of extra in this game.
There's probably about 7, I'd say.
You reckon?
Gotta be pretty high. Nah, not that. It might be 2, maybe 3. Not sure. He's done well as Greasy. The last one, of course, was an intentional crossbar hit. If Greasy knows that the crossbar accidentally shoots the ball, then why not start building a strategy around that? Tell your teammates to get up for it, so you know that's where the ball's destined to go. This is looking very much like the Weedham girls of old. Devo filling Maestro's shoes very well. This is just relentless pressure, doing exactly what teams hated them for, just beating them to the ball, bullying them into their own half, and there's hardly an entire Gale Force squad right now.
It is a bit of a desperate situation. Turbo able to pick up that back boost. Caleb getting the demo. Maybe this is going to be a chance for them to clear some space, but Remco's up in the air. Caleb's rotated back. It's still pretty by the wire.
They're just barely moving because all the boost is being stolen by EnVy. They're playing a great game here. Completely outpacing. What a save by K-Dop, though. Holding them in the game. Violent Panda, I don't think he's had boost for the past, moving around the net. Now, finally, he grabs some. Even in doing so, taking a bit of a risk as he leaves the net vacant briefly. Still plenty of time, though, for Gale Force to try to get back into this. They're still holding the line at 1.
They just needed that breakout clear, and there it came from Panda. They just need to try and keep this pressure up. If they can force EnVy back into their own half, we've already seen EnVy kind of, especially Remco, playing very defensively, rotating really deep back into the net. If they can force that out, I reckon Gale Force are going to have a much nicer chance at finding some opportunities if they can just keep the pressure off their own half and redirect it on to the boys in blue. Turbo going for the flick there. Greasy and Remco both up. The double commit leaves an open net. Panda has a slow ball into the middle, but Devo is back up for the recovery. Turbo just letting it chill in the midfield. Remco trying to hammer something home. Devo steers clear of that one, and Remco's going to find the back of the net once more.
Yeah, not the best hit there by Turbo. We did see Violent Panda making a run, hoping Turbo would pass the ball to him. almost a necessary risk with how few chances they've had this game. Still a minute on the clock. Volatile state of the game, actually favourable to Gale Force, just allowing a goal to go in, one of the goals, because that back and forth.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, Remco. Never favouring them if they just let EnVy get their stride and, establish that rotation. It's so hard to break after it's fully functional. Remco is beasting right now. Completely dominating the midfield. 30 seconds remain. Gale Force have all the work to do. But with how this is going, dangerous for them, not just in this game, but the 2 and maybe 3 or 4 that will follow in this series.
It's just going to be tough for Gale Force to break this EnVy kind of mindset. Their mentality is so strong. They're rotating well. They're communicating, obviously, a couple of double commits, but I'm sure that's what's to be worked out. Gale Force have to play the disruption game, and right now they haven't quite hit their stride. Second game going to be going over to EnVyUs 2-0 for a 2-1 lead in the series. Well, we started off kind of with a bit of a Gale Force dominance, Johnny, but we've moved on over towards a bit more of an EnVyUs series right here. So we're going to have to wait and see how this one pans out. I think you are quite right in your prediction that EnVyUs are looking hot right now. They've had their chance to warm up. They took the warm-up game, and now they are looking far more confident than before. So definitely pressure is on GFE to pick up the slack there.
Yeah, this is all EnVy right now. They're just playing their game. They are dictating the flow of the game, dictating the pace of the game. That's the main thing for me. They need to keep that to ball, because if Gale Force slow the game down, if they force a bunch of 50-50s, if they bring the ball to the ground a lot, it's going to be pretty difficult for EnVy to continue to play their game, I think, right now. EnVy have shown their hand. Can Gale Force counter it?
I mean, I think the thing with Gale Force is they do really need to find that little kink in the armor and really work it, because that's what they're lacking at the moment. They have the kind of, as you mentioned, the volatility in their playstyle. It's just figuring out where it comes against the EnVyUs defense, and that is obviously no small feat. So we'll have to see if Gale Force can break the stride of EnVy as we head into game number 4 of the series. It's not looking good for GFE right now. There is still plenty of time for them to come back, but EnVyUs is off to a hot start. Turbo going to try and send something up. Greasy clearing it across. No crossbar on that side of the pitch, so he's in the clear for now. K-Dot moving it along. Can Turbo find it? He can. Ball right across the open net. Devo, they're able to clear that one to the side. Panda trying to chuck it back middle. Panda again, still very much preferring to do the work and then allow someone else to take the glory. I think we really do need to see something a bit more individual out of him if Gale Force are to start performing and start taking some games.
He's usually the one that they look to play that role, to change things up. He's a very creative player. What a clear by Devo, my goodness. Turbo had to backtrack to catch that one. He did well though, did the Swede. This is now looking very dangerous. So used by Gale Force to just reach the ball and clear that. Hopefully the clears were good. If those clears didn't make it to half, that would have been a disaster. EnVy were waiting, like the vultures at the halfway line that they are, picking up on all the scraps. They're being won by EnVyUs.
I mean, there's a lot going loose right now for Gale Force, and that's a fantastic example of that. They're just not quite picking up on these plays.
Up for that.
Greasy
Panda should
able
be
to
up for that one. He's just sitting in the goal like a sitting duck. 100 boost to his name, but he's not using any of it. It just shows the fear that EnVy have instilled upon their opponents, that they're pinched now. Because Gale Force got to be thinking, can we even challenge these boys in the air when they're playing this quickly, when they're going up so early as they are? It's great confidence talked about earlier. Oh, no way.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Greasy again.
What?
Oh my. That is what's gone on there? That is just poor communication. I think a little bit of mechanical failure on the side of GFE. Greasy able to take advantage like the dirty dog he is. Finds another one, 2-0 for EnVyUs right now, and they are not looking like they're taking the foot off the gas, if you'll excuse the really obvious pun.
Galeforce have got to change something. They're going to change something right now. I don't want to see them hard clearing the ball one more time this series. It's not working. They need to try to dribble, force 50-50s, pass, go for thing, but clear the ball straight at Envy, who are just waiting at the halfway line. And Turbo's got to be scoring chances like that. Surely another one gets turned away. This is criminal accuracy from Galeforce. And then one finally arrives and they can't find the back of the net with it.
Just not good enough from GFE right now. They have been so good at LAN, they've been so promising offline, but maybe online is not their area of expertise. Here's a chance, Kadop getting blocked up by Remco though. The man, the myth, the legend, able to put in some defensive work. Devo going for the dribble play, does get challenged early by Turbo rather. Remco though, there to back him up. Can these two get some dynamic duo play working? Not quite, as Turbo turns them away. Turbo actually switched back to the Octane right now, Johnny. Pulled off the Dominus.
I do like that, honestly. Always been a fan of Turbos. Oh my goodness, hold that thought. Never mind, Turbo's Octane. How about Remco and Greasy's Octanes? Look at them be just reaching that. And then he puts it bar down and in off the keeper, not bad. Greasy's looking pretty good today.
The finesse on that shot was just something beautiful to behold. Unfortunately, Caleb just had a wheel out of place, and Envy are once more able to take advantage. That's what they're doing right now. They're not making any miracle solo plays. They are just picking apart the defense of GFE in a very, very tactical and structured manner, and it's just not looking too hot for Galeforce Esports right now, Johnny.
Yeah, like I said, Galeforce might have to just give up on this game, as it's just getting progressively worse and worse for them right now. Turbo trying the impossible angle shot. Oh, even on Panda. This is really not looking great. There have been chances for Galeforce this game. First for Turbo, now for Panda. That was essentially an open net for a player of Panda's caliber. He'll be very much kicking himself for that one. But I do like the slow playing that we are seeing from Galeforce. They need to try and force Envy into their corner. Make Envy play your game. Try to frustrate them. Devo and...
Oh, the problem with Envy is that it's so difficult to frustrate. Look at that.
With every touch. What on earth?
Given the chance, they will absolutely fly for it. Remco with an absolute zinger off to Devo, upside down. Finds the net. It's just so natural to these guys. It just comes so easily. Devo.
Well, Greasy's saying, Devo rather say it's Greasy. If you could do it, I could do it better. That's the next level. Well, this is going to be 3-1 Envy. It really did turn it around from game 1 and 2. We can't discredit them at all. Like we're talking a lot about Galeforce and what they need to do to come back, but Envy just aren't letting that happen. The Devo and Greasy double commit. We did talk about this before. They need to be a bit careful not to flop around like they sometimes do. But continue this consistency, which has been so good for them so far today.
Exactly. Once they find that rhythm, it is difficult to get them out of them, and they seem to be hitting their stride right now. They are hitting the shots they need to. A little bit of a whiff from Devo as I say that, maybe a bit of the caster's curse creeping back in. Remco up for the save. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Greasy again.
Well done by Devo.
Still nothing coming in for Galeforce right now.
I did get a chance to talk to Devo earlier this week, and I was asking him, picking his brain about why they have been struggling recently, and he did say he admitted that he's not been playing fantastically himself. And of course he put a bit more time to gel and play together because they are still a pretty new team, even though they played 2 LANs together already. This is the best I've ever seen them play, even in their moments of glory in LANs in America recently. They did not look this confident. Look at Remco just anchoring perfectly. Devo and Greasy, probably one of the scariest combinations that you could have if they are playing at full strength. And we've seen some, I mean, this is the best example that we've ever seen for that.
I mean, we kind of talk about the Rem gods, but, you know, Devo and Greasy in their own right are both fantastic players, definitely not to be underestimated. Greasy clearly pulling his weight, showing up with the hat-trick that game. So definitely not to be discredited, these guys. It is a real team effort here. Definitely a solid unit working right now. And it does show. I mean, it's showing right here. Already 3-1 in the series. Only need this next game to take the first best of 7 onwards.
A couple of whiffs coming in from Devo towards the end of the previous game and the start of this one. He's just playing at beyond supersonic, so it's understandable. But we've come to expect perfection from the youngster from England. And that's what EnVy need right now if they're going to close out this series against the Gale Force team, who never die, never give up, never surrender, and are definitely not out of the running just yet. Oh, that's beautiful. Remco should have scored from a great pass from Greasy. Panda with the mind game there. The sort of things that we need to see from him if they're going to make that comeback. Creativity from the Dutch is much needed at a time like this.
We're just not seeing anything massively new, I guess, or innovative. We're seeing the same old games that these teams can play. We know they can play it, but it works so well for EnVy right now. I think it's the onus is on Gale Force just to figure themselves out, try and get something new and creative working, because it's just not quite finding the mark so far. The score reflected all, really. 3-1 in the set in favour of EnVyUs right now. But the offense is here as the push comes in. Greasy able to get the clear out though. Still nothing is sticking for Gale Force. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at the wall, but it's all just falling off again. Nothing is a solid play for them right now. Panda has to work to try and clear this one. Turbo comes in over the top. K-Dot finally picks up the slack.
That's very bad news though for Gale Force. A lot of boost being used. Finally, breath of fresh air. Greasy just lumps it in Turbo's direction. They would have been in a lot of trouble if the hard clear didn't come in there. There was very little boost on their entire team. I mean, that's something I would love to see in Rocket League. There's a big boost bar at the top. We can see how the boost totals are compared for both teams. Turbo again, denied by the crossbar. Accuracy called into question, not for the first time today. Still, the scoreline is tied up, and this is the sort of game that I could really see Gale Force sneaking a goal in. And there it is. Oh, surely, come on, Violent Panda. Violent Panda and I think Turbo, have either of them scored yet today? Maybe there's been one goal. I don't actually remember that.
I think Panda got one in the last game. He managed to just work that one in.
Did he?
But really, yeah, I mean, he hasn't been the standout.
Shooting is the only thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the glue that's holding them together right now.
You can see that their game plan right now is just to try to wait for the mistake to happen from EnVy, but I think EnVy are aware of that. We see Remco sitting very deep once again. He tends to do this when he's, worried about his teammates overcommitting. Whenever he goes forward, notice he never uses all 100 boost to go for the ball. He always has some left. What a dunk from Devo. Almost a pre-jump dunk. I didn't even know that was a thing until right now.
It's looking so good for EnVy, but they're lacking that key finish right now. They had it in the previous couple of games, but we are just waiting for them to show up for this final little touch or two. But the opportunities are coming in thick and fast. Greasy off the back. Turbo able to get a good strong clear. The hard clears, we said we didn't want to see more of them, but it seems to just about have worked out. However, they are just throwing possession away once more, so maybe you were right, Johnny. No more hard clears is the way to go for GFE right now. But K-Dot is going to find the first goal of the game with an absolute screamer past the defense. Panda up off the top. Devo jumped foolishly. Oof.
Turbo feeling like he's having a bad day today. I'm not actually sure if we've got chat enabled for PRL. But all you need to know is, we do? Okay, that's very good. Choice words from Turbo. But I would tend to agree. He's not having the best day. Luckily though, K-Dop's accuracy is almost never called into question. That's a great dodge by K-Dop. Devo attempting the demo. K-Dop gets away scot-free. But this is such a strange phenomenon in Rocket League. Whenever a game is super close and it involves Gale Force and it's 0-0, they always find a way to just squeeze a goal out. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be creative. It just usually ends up being a boomer from close range from the Frenchman. They always find the back of the net with it. So more of that, please, if you're a Gale Force fan.
They have been, yeah, they've been working their way in slowly but surely. They have seemed to have dragged down to Envy to their level. Their slow game they're playing, but double demo from Devo and Remco. These two are absolute menaces on the field right now. Gale Force does seem to have managed to slow them down though. Props to them. We did mention it briefly in the last series. If they can pull Envy down to their level, get them working,
Well played.
they are going to pick up the win. Gale Force. Maybe we start to see the comeback here. They have Envy at a series point, but
If
maybe
Envy lose the series, they're probably going to uninstall because they played so well for 3 games in a row. There's no way they can lose this. Surely. I mean, Gale Force played well. They put up the brick wall and they, you know, it stood up to the Envy Force in game 5. Sorry, but
yeah.
I don't know. Surely Envy can keep up that momentum. It's not stopped. That was just 1-0. Surely they can just go back to that speed that won them 3 games in a row. Never mind. Turbo's just gonna fake them all. Easy.
Oh, Panda!
GG. Gale Force win. This is
I
great
think we
by
might be
Turbo.
seeing the reverse, Johnny. We might be seeing the reversal.
Oh, that's phenomenal play by Turbo. You just let the ball roll middle. He's there the whole way to guide it into the center. And Panda is on the board for sure. We can't remember, or I can't remember if he scored earlier because it was such a goal right for Gale Force. There he is, confirmed. Panda on the score sheet.
I think that's the second one now, actually. He's managed to pick up some pace. Well, Panda definitely starting to show up more. We did say we wanted some more individual play out of him, and he has responded in kind. Whether he can pick up the rest of his teammates while he's doing so is going to be the challenge. Turbo, again with these hard clears, Johnny, they are sticking to what they know, whether it works for them or not. And Turbo, ooh, I thought he almost had it there. Remgod's able to pick up that one just at the very last second. I almost had my microscope out there to measure how far that was into the back of the net.
This is definitely a position that Envy will be feeling pretty comfortable with, though. They do love when the game is very spread out. They can find space to maneuver around the Gale Force defense. Of course, this time the space is being created by Gale Force. They're trying to flex their muscles, extend the lead a little bit. They don't want to just sit back and let Envy establish a full rotation. There's a great demo. Turbo has the open net, but Remco is going to make a back save. What was a pretty tame shot by Turbo standards.
Well, Remco again putting in the work for the team. Another sterling play. Doesn't quite get the finesse on the finish. Again, Gale Force are looking poised to take this one again, although it is still early on in the game. Turbo just going to meet the brick wall of Greasymeister in defense. Remco once more pushing on the offense. Doesn't really have enough boost to do anything with that one meaningful. Ball goes drop down to Greasy. Greasy, I think he just misplayed the hit there. And Remco and Devo once more on the defense. Turbo up for the challenge, hit that 20xx on the Octane now. Definitely, I think he's going to be switching to that one a bit more often. I think they've decided the Dominus is not perhaps his car of choice for today.
Bit of a bump up in the Gale Force defense. That's a great bump onto Greasy as he was jumping. Greasy did really well though to recover, get a piece on that ball. It would have gone in. He didn't make contact. Envy getting a little bit predictable with their wall shots. Greasy and Devo, multiple occasions now, just firing straight into the center. To be a little bit smarter with their placement of these wall shots. Their aerial play has been great, but the wall play so far not really causing any problems for Gale Force.
Gale Force have just, they've managed to drop it down a little bit. They've dropped the intensity. They're still managing to find their plays, but Envy are just slightly less comfortable playing at this particular speed right now, and it is starting to show. They're not maybe working as flawlessly as perhaps were earlier on. They're still making the key saves, like that one there from Devo. They're making the blocks, but it's just not quite as coordinated as
Turbo again. For Turbo, you just can't score. Far down and out yet again. I think that's going to be his 4th one. We said at the start Greasy was the player to watch out for crossbar challenge, but Turbo is putting up a great fight. If there is a reward for that, I don't know if there's any prize money going to the player with the most crossbars. If there isn't, then why not? I think there should be. I'm really good at that. Maybe I could win some money in Rocket League for once. Maybe it's an open net though. Open net, easy crossbar every time.
It's like a magnet really. It just kind of pulls the ball upwards away from the net. It's just not quite working out for some of these guys, but Gale Force Esports still in the lead at this point, regardless of how many crossbars Turbo has hit. Devo tries to get the 50-50, but K-Dop is a little too fast on the uptake. Greasy once more able to get the flick over one, doesn't get the second one. Panda on the offensive now. Remco pushing up. Greasy already poised and ready to strike, but K-Dop gets there in time. Remco off the wall. K-Dop off the wall to the center. Violent Panda for the redirect into the blue half. Devo back in net, able to stop that one off to the side. Turbo off the back. Is there one to follow? Maybe that could have been the second goal, but Greasy was a little too quick for the rest of GFE. Now the ball securely back in the orange half. The offense is coming in thick and fast. The open net, Greasy! Oh, the save from Panda! Crucial save from Panda right there. We've called him the playmaker, the passer, whatever, the assister, but that is exactly the kind of standout individual miracle I think we were looking for from him.
Yeah, that was a series-winning save. If they do make it to Game 7, they're going to be thanking Panda because Greasy completely slammed that shot to the top corner. It was a great setup by Envy. They might have one more chance, but K-Dop says no. 3-3 is the series score. No GGs coming out from Envy. They're going to be kicking themselves. 2 1-0 defeats. They've not scored in over 10 minutes of play. Already up. They just want to forget about that game, right? Get right into the next one. Get the W on the board. Then hopefully move into the next series. But I don't know. This is crazy. Gale Force just refused to give up. They'd find a way to squeeze victories out of series that look impossible to win.
Not really the kind of stuff we're expecting from a world-class team such as Envy. Obviously, GFE have been dominant in their recent tournament performances. I think that's starting to come back to them now. They're starting to get their flow. They figured out how to break Envy. They just have to reduce the pace, play it slow, work on what they've got. And it's working. I mean, 2 1-0s, it may not look fantastically high on the scoreboard, but it gets the job done. Envy are surely going to be madly disappointed if they throw this one away. But Remco, he knows an opportunity when he sees one. He says, right, time to make up for lost time. Easy net. Devo puts it on course. Panda just not quite getting the distance that he wanted. And Remco able to finish off, putting Envy securely in the lead, 1-0 to start.
Yeah, very solid start. This is the advantage of having triple match point. You can miss twice and still have an even series. I do wonder how Envy are going to try and play this one out though. Are they going to continue to pressure? That's what they were doing early in the series when they were winning every game. Or are they just going to wait and see what Gale Force's plan is? I expect the former, but you never know with Envy. That's a great dunk by Panda, albeit a little bit accidental, I'm sure. Looking at Devo in particular for right now, he's had a couple of very, very quiet games. And even in the earlier games that they were winning, it was more Greasy that was causing problems for Gale Force. Will Devo be able to find consistency? He's not looked solid in any of the games so far. He's looked very threatening, but at times he's also missing and clean whiffing easy shots. But Remco, on the other hand, you won't miss a clean shot like this. It was set up by Greasy. Essentially a save, but just taking it away from 2 Gale Force players in the process.
We've seen Remco, we saw him last weekend at Gfinity. He was looking strong, he came down for his team and he performed, and it looks like he's doing exactly the same thing here. He wants to be known as the superstar player, and that he is doing right now. 2 goals on the board this series. Devo is not going to let him have all the glory though. Devo's going to be contending for that highlight reel, and the 2 are just once more absolutely phenomenal right now, Johnny.
It's a great finish by Devo, the cut in field and the aerial shot to get it into the top corner, but Remco with accidental fake of the day to set that up. Maybe delivered it. I'm sure he would say the latter, but I don't know. Looked like a misplay to me that worked out like a happy little accident, if you will.
We've got the crossover starting now. Bob Ross will be streaming on this channel in about no. Devo still able to get it working. Happy accidents or not. Can he get another one? Turbo's going to say no on this occasion, but Greasy is looking for the return. He drops it on net. Turbo misses the shot. Remco for the follow-up. Remco picking up a hat-trick. Cool story, Bob's in chat. That's what we're looking for. That's the man. That's the Rem
it's
god.
just a collapse. Turbo is having an absolute nightmare today. I don't think he's found the back of the net yet, has he? He did get that great setup for Violent Panda's goal, which won them game 5. But Turbo's having a howler in defense. Another miss on the ball, which should be a routine clear. So all eyes on Turbo Pulsar right now. Is he going to stabilize? Because like we've talked about before, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And although Gale Force might trail at the moment, it's a good save by Remco. There's still time for them to find form.
Exactly. This is much more a test of endurance. These are going to be some long games heading in to the next couple of series. If either team is going to make it that long, we're going to see, are EnVy going to be able to take it in a clean sweep, or are we going to see GFE rally and fight back? There's the start of the rally. K-Dot fires one in. I think that shot should have been more contested than it actually was, Johnny. Greasy just kind of sitting in the midfield, maybe AFK for a minute there. K-Dot just had a clean...
Greasy's being a bit greedy. He wants the ball to come to him, but you've got to make some effort sometimes in life, Greasy. You can't just wait for things to come to you. You've got to go, achieve your dreams, do what you were born to do. And now at that time, he was just went the lazy route, hoping the ball would reach him before K-Dot did. But we all know K-Dot's just going to hit boost and drive at that ball and then clang it. Has he missed a shot yet, K-Dot? Maybe a few, but his accuracy is astounding as usual.
Oh, hello. That was way too close for comfort, I think, for GFE. K-Dot and Panda just both let that ball roll almost into the back of the net. That was a close save. But Turbo's finding his stride. That's the GFE we've seen before.
The Turbo just leap.
I think
after Turbo changed team.
Just exploded.
This is the highlight for me. Yeah, look, he changed teams. Great change team there by Turbo. he's out. Scored. You can't believe it. He's gone to change team halfway through scoring. A very oddly timed rage quit. I'd never seen that one before. He breaks the ice, finally gets his first goal of the day, and then leaves.
He was so happy that he managed to get one. He's off.
He's a panda. He eats, shoots, and leaves. Or shoots, scores, and leaves, maybe. Wait, well, this really could be a big chance. That should have been another shot on net, if nothing else, from Gale Force. But they let it slide. I think you've got to be very careful. They're sitting so far back. They just want to close out this game defensively, but we know that that's not their strong suit. They are always looking like the favorite when they're on offense. Now they might move up aggressively here. Yes, Greasy will, but he's very calculated in his approach. Doesn't want to throw himself at a challenge and get taken out the game for free. Obviously Devo doing the same thing, turning away. They're just going to try and close this one out with patience.
They don't need to do much now. They just need to sit in net and relax, really. That's all they need to do. Fend off the unwanted advances of GFE, and EnVy is set to take the first series. But does GFE have it in them to try and pick this up and go hard on the offense? It's going to take more than that. Turbo needs something good here. That's a good, strong clear on net. Greasy's going to intercept well up the court, though. Field, we're not playing hoops. And K-Dot still looking to clear out. Remco, though, fires one back into the orange half, and that's where it looks like it's going to stay for the rest of the game. K-Dot just manages to fend off the save, but it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for GFE. Going to be GG's there coming out, and EnVyUs going to take the first best of 7 right here.
Yeah, they didn't quite finish it in style. They nearly did, with 4 games in the trot being open for the taking. But they weren't able to continue that momentum all the way through, where EnVy, they got the win nonetheless. They just exploded in Game 7, and that's what we were expecting to see from them in Game 5, I'm sure, after they were really dominating. Game 2 was quite close and they won. Game 3 was a bit less close and they won. Game 4 was quite one-sided. And then Game 5, Gale Force just built a wall in their goal and waited for Envy to eventually stop attacking.
That's all they really needed. That's what she wrote, really. Gale Force, they had the opportunity. They were so close to running the gauntlet and taking the win away from EnVyUs, but unfortunately unable to do it in the first series. Now, guys, in chat, we do have something a little bit exciting coming up from you from one of our sponsors, Turtles Bracelets. We do have a giveaway going. The keyword is Turtles. That is going to be spelt TRRTLZ. If you type that in chat, you will be entered for the giveaway for a set of one of their bracelets. So get that going in the chat room. We do want to say a quick thank you to all of our sponsors. The Tracker Network, fantastic stats and leaderboards overview for many games, including Rocket League. Turtles, of course, their bracelets are absolutely phenomenal. Shift Pro League, another fantastic community organization. Bad Panda, just phenomenal for learning to play Rocket League, learning to improve all the tutorials. We have Cerberus Esports and Victus GG as well. All fantastic sponsors. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts to all of those guys. It is without these guys, it would not be the event that it is. We do have some fantastic stuff in store for you today. We're going to take it to a quick break while we wait for the next game, and we will see you very shortly. And we're back, guys. Just a short one there, just to give you guys a chance to grab your beverage of choice. And we're heading back into the second best of 7 between EnVy and Gale Force Esports. Obviously, if you've just joined the stream, Gale Force did lose out by 1 game, 4-3 over to EnVyUs in the first series. So they obviously do have that one set advantage going forward. So that's going to be a big boost in their confidence right now. Johnny is, of course, joining us. Johnny, you excited so far? You've been having a good time?
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see Envy winning, and not just winning, but looking like they're playing the playstyle that they want to play. I do know that Greasy, when he was finishing up his time with Flipside, was just a bit frustrated with how they were playing. It wasn't the playstyle that he wanted to play. Of course, Marky and Cux have got their own way of playing. The only European start bets besides Siki and Pashi, really, that are still playing at the top level. The only team, I believe, with 2 start bets in the starting lineup. Now this is the style of play that Greasy loves. Just full rotation, full speed, just keep on hitting the ball as hard as you can at the other team's net or backboard until you score.
It's the beat-down game, the speed, the aggression, in some cases the demolition violence. It's what they love over on EnVy, and it has worked out for them so far. 4-3 in the first set. Can they keep it up? It looks like they're going to be coming back with renewed enthusiasm. Greasy almost managed to work it past Turbo there, but got back just in time. The ball is open. K-Dop's in the net, and he manages to work that one away. Lovely, lovely save coming out from K-Dop there, and he almost manages to find the back of the blue net of Remco. That is a dangerous game to play right there in front of your own net. That was a calculated save, I'm going to go for.
Yeah, K-Dop showing a lot of us why so many people think he's in the conversation for best player in the world. He had a great first touch to catch the ball on his own back wall, completely break down potential EnVyUs pressure. K-Dop did miss the ball right there, and that's the one characteristic. It should lead to a goal, and it will. You see Gale Force's crumble as soon as K-Dop misses, because this never happens.
that kind of reliance on KDOP may just be what hamstrings them right now. It feels like EnVy are much more able to rely on any given player at any given time, whereas Gale Force do need KDOP to come out strong with those shots, and he has been on point so far, but they need to pick up their individual games right now, Johnny.
Yeah, Turbo still not looking like the Turbo Pulsar that we all know and love. He just needs to try and forget about all the misplays and focus on the task ahead, because this is still very winnable. Oh, Devo with that wide open net miss there. I don't think he realized quite how open it was until he took the shot. That's a great first touch though by Devo. Look at how he just turns the ball around in a direction nobody thought possible. And again, Devo and Greasy looking for these touches right in front of the Gale Force net, which it looks like they're saving their own teammates' shots, but they're really just trying to do something unexpected, take Gale Force by surprise.
Well, surprise or not, it does seem to be working, whether they are announced or otherwise. Devo, Remco and Greasy have just been putting on a performance so far. I think they almost led us on to believe that they were going to throw away that first series, but they came back just in time, 4-2 in that Game 7 there to pick up the series. But that's not important. What's important is KDOP is showing up right now for GFE. That's what they need. As soon as this man starts to hit the shots, that's when the rest of it all just clicks into place. And look at that. Greasy's just a fraction too low to catch that one, and KDOP fires one straight home. 1-1 tie game.
It's just, again, typical KDOP. Just drives straight forward. Nothing fancy, just the most efficient line possible, and he nearly did it again. He just drives from his own box to the other team's box and meets the ball when he gets there. It's great timing, great awareness on when to make that run. And then always putting a tough shot on the net when he gets to his final destination. Making it so difficult for EnVy to secure
the
this
passing play
victory.
comes out and it's good. Look at that, Johnny. That was just class from Turbo. Onto Panda, straight cross field. Panda with a beautiful touch. Greasy, unfortunately, was a bit too far forward. His saves this game have just been a little bit too much or a little bit too little. Not quite what he's looking for, and it has cost him ever so slightly. It's cost him 2 goals and the lead. Gale Force Esports now in a much stronger position. An open net. Poor defensive rotation coming on right now from EnVy. Unfortunate miss from Panda there, almost had the angle. Now Remco's looking to break free, but KDOP is bullying him back into his own half. Now Remco's on the receiving end of the physical game.
This is well done by Remco and Devo to work the ball forward. EnVy always looking most dangerous when they can get the most possible consecutive touches between them and their teammates. That's the EnVy that Gale Force have got to watch out for. Need to try not to get baited in by Devo and Greasy in particular, who love to just make it look as if they can't reach the ball, and then they beat you to it and make you look silly. But it is Gale Force who have the lead, courtesy of a KDOP, typical KDOP goal, and then a great passing play by Turbo and Violent Panda.
Look at this, it's just beautiful. Watching the Gale Force team, they're finally coming together. They're stringing together a cohesive set of passes, and they're working the ball upfield beautifully. It does take that envious interruption to send it all crumbling back down, but for a minute there, they were looking poised, they were looking confident, and that's what we need to see out of these guys if they are going to take this series and stay in the matchup. But game number 1, although it's not quite finished, looks like it's going to be pretty convincingly in favour of Gale Force Esports right now, unless Devo can pull off a miracle play with redirect from KDOP. That's going to seal the deal. Gale Force Esports going to take game number 1 in the second series. Obviously plenty of time for anything to happen.
It's still very dangerous for EnVy to drop a game where they're up 11 shots to 4. Not something that they want to see. Well, of course, they want to see more shots on their side of the board than their opponents, but they should definitely be winning that game if they're putting 11 shots on net and they're only able to convert 1 of them. 4 saves from KDOP, 4 saves from Turbo, and we are going to have to do a little bit better in the placement department if they want to take down Gale Force in 2 series in a row.
It's just not quite the conversions they're looking for. They're having all these fantastic chances, but their opportunities just not being fully capitalized on there. And Envy are still, it's very much a repetition of the first series, if you remember that one. The Galeforce took the first game, then Envy took the next 3, then Galeforce took 2 more, and then Envy closed it out. So maybe we're going to see a repeat of the first series. Maybe Envy just needs to figure out what's going on, reset their play style. Because at the moment, Galeforce is showing them what's what.
And Galeforce are in a great spot for this series because of the manner in which they won the first game. They didn't really have to work for it too much, and although it might seem a little bit counterintuitive, that is the way that Galeforce want to beat Envy. They want to frustrate Envy, just pick up games where they didn't really have to work for it. So then Envy are going to get frustrated, and we know Devo, Garizi, players that are great when they're on and not so great when they're off. This is a chance now. Remco, tight angle, not able to find the net. Turbo played that smartly. He knew that there was no point going for a save when he wasn't going to make it in time. Just wait and hope that the miss comes in. He didn't put himself in a position where an own goal might occur.
Well, it's still a bit of a sticky situation for both teams right now. Ball securely in the blue half. Remco with a fantastic flip for the save. Able to steer that one clear of the danger and send it into the orange half. Just on the donation side of things, I've just been informed that we've had a $10 donation from the fantastic Ibori. Thank you very much, Mr. Boy, for supporting the stream. All the money you do donate will be split between the teams, so it is all for the good cause of the players, guys, if you are considering.
That would have been a great hit by Turbo. Greasy just getting in the way. It's looking not too dissimilar to game 2 of the previous series, where we did see Galeforce pick up the first game, and then Envy just decided, right, let's just sit back, make sure we don't make any mistakes. We don't want to put a foot wrong, give this series away for free. We know that if they drop 2-0 down, it's going to be very difficult to put forward past Galeforce without allowing them to get another couple of games for themselves. They are that team who are able to pick up games where they really should have no business doing so.
And that's the thing, when you get the ball rolling, Envy are a strong force, but let's not forget that Galeforce is an absolute world-class team in every sense of the word. So they are, we may have given them we've kind of been a bit harsh with them so far, been a bit rough around the edges, but they are definitely not to be underestimated.
There we
given
go.
a chance. But Evo, as we say that, able to come screaming in, finds the shot. Panda just slightly miscalculated clear there, and Devo finds it.
Panda accidentally creating a disaster out of a situation that should have been no more than a simple 50-50. But he passes it middle to Devo. They are former teammates, so in the not too distant past. Maybe he just forgot that for a brief moment. I wonder, is a Gale Force, is it less powerful than a Hurricane Force? I know Gale Force is speed of wind, I believe. Now we're asking the important questions, ladies and gentlemen. How fast is Gale Force? How powerful does wind need to be to qualify as Gale Force? That's really all I want to know right now.
Let's do some learning, chat. Let's figure out what that is together, shall we?
I think it's got to be slower than a Hurricane. So if the team comes out and they're Hurricane Force, then Gale Force are in trouble.
I reckon they're less than a Hurricane Force.
Oh, that's a miss from Remco. On a wide open net. And a second one. Oh no, Remco. Technically third open net miss of the game. Although 2 of them were from a very tight angle. Somebody's saying 50 to 102 kilometers per hour. Okay. Not sure if I believe you, but this isn't my Twitch chat, so it's got to be a little bit more trustworthy. Let's forget about this.
Be open and considerate.
It's going to finish 1-0. Watch it. It's exactly the same as last series. 1-0. Next game is going to be 2-0 for Envy. Next game after that is going to be 3-0. Then Gale Force will reverse sweep. Calling it now.
There's the call. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Hold Johnny to that. If he gets it wrong, let him know about it. As Envy, I'm sure they will. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that they will hammer you for it. Here's the chance for Panda. Not quite. Remco bumping again. Remco is showing off his violence. That's Greasy gets a fantastic save just off the cuff. Devo able to clear away.
Well, Panda might be the least violent player on the field, funnily enough. I'd love to see him adopt a
In
more...
an ironic twist.
In a strange turn of events, Violent Panda is actually quite gentle. And it will go 1-0, I'm sure. Oh, maybe 2-0. Oh, great recovery. Greasy will make it 2.
Last second goal from Greasy.
It looked like Panda might make it in time, but Greasy...
I think he heard you, Johnny.
Keep up to speed. Yeah, I think Gale forced 3 just to make me wrong there. They just wanted me to be wrong. 1-0, 2-0. What's the difference in Rocket League?
The fake kickoff, it's going to work.
Only a little bit wrong. I was only a little bit wrong. Just a wee bit.
Only marginally wrong.
I was only wrong by like 3 seconds. Give me a break. What have I done? U.S. National Weather Service defines Gale Force says 34 to 47 knots, but I don't know what that is. Oh wait, they're going to tell us 63 to 87 kilometers an hour. So not even supersonic. That's not very fast. Gale Force
is unfortunate.
Not even I can go faster than that. Come on, Gale Force, you need to up your game. You need to be faster.
That is a disappointment right there. We have had a
supersonic. I don't know.
No,
maybe.
Surely not. I don't think we've got them. We have had a flood of donations. Thank you to everyone who has donated. 5 from Raw Neil, $10 from the lovely Gearbox, $6.52 very precise from Bosler, and another $1 coming from JRP77. Thank you guys for donating. It is all going to the players. It is all for a good cause. We do encourage, if you want to, and if you have the funds available, do donate. It is all in the name of Rocket League
Even if you
Esports.
don't have the funds available, donate.
Then definitely,
donate your
if you do not have the funds, no. Ignore Johnny.
Give it to Devo and Greasy and Remco.
Devo needs feeding, guys.
You don't need your money. The players do. Oh, what a save by Devo.
Speaking of Devo, I think he's earned that now. Devo's
it enables things like that to happen. More saves from Devo. Oh, the jump demo from Remco. Taking his demo game to another level. Of course, that was in jest. Please don't donate your last pennies to PRL or anyone. Keep it for your own good and health and well-being. I have to say that as a disclaimer now, don't I? I could, on my own stream, I would just leave it without a disclaimer. But here, I mean, I need to be careful. Somebody's gonna issue a very mean email to PRL, all because of me. We don't like mean emails, do we?
No.
Ones that don't even say thanks at the end, they just leave it after they've made their complaint. There's not even a thanks and their name, it's just nothing. The worst thing imaginable.
I think you've been mugged off, Johnny. Someone's
Mate, I get the dumbest emails of all time. The emails people send me, some of them are pretty smart, but others are just incredibly stupid. Like, I've got a great idea for you and your stream. How about a 150-minute best of 9 match? I would love to watch that. And I'm like, really? I don't know if you're being serious, my friend. That was from some Scheist fellow. I don't know who that was, but...
Oh, not him. He's been in all over my emails as well, man. Unbelievable. Well, we are still in the game, still tied up 0-0. Devo putting the clear off the backboard, missing that. Oh, actually, read that perfectly. I almost called him out on that, but no, that was a fantastic heads-up play from Devo there to get the ball rolling into the orange zone. K-Dot trying to take it on. Devo with the demo. Envy are just being brutal today. I think I've maybe seen 2 demos from K-Dot coming out from GFE. Oh, that's going to be
beautiful.
Top corner. Greasy finds it again. Greasy is just putting on a show. He thought, you know, we took the mick out of him for the crossbar jokes. Now he's come back with a vengeance. Panda, unfortunately, rolling on the wrong side. 1-0 to EnVyUs.
Right, fake kickoff. Double fake kickoff. Here it comes. No, come on. Where are the double fake kickoffs? My favorite kind of straight kickoff in Rocket League. If only we could have in-ear comms with the players. Imagine if you could call that. Just demand a fake kickoff from both teams.
Just give them just talk to them with the in-game chat.
Yeah. Oh, I could do. I've got my in-game chat turned off for obvious reasons. Mainly because it just sounds so bad.
I think that's a wise idea.
It doesn't matter how good somebody's microphone is in-game chat in Rocket League, it will sound horrendous, in my experience.
Well, horrendous sounds aside, it is music to their ears right now for EnVyUs because they are taking the lead. They are still They've put up 3 shots, they've scored 1, whereas Gale Force have put up 4, and they're 0 for 4 right now. I think maybe K-Dop has taken 2. Maybe his shooting percentage is down on its luck right now, as Remco able to clear the danger all the way away. K-Dop, though, back for the return. Devo beats him out on that one. Panda showing off his pacifist nature, sitting towards the goal.
Oh, Greasy's up. Oh, save by
Devo! No! Not like this!
Oh, he did so well. That was all Devo's setup, and then for some reason, he's in front of the net. I believe he was looking for demos, but there wasn't even a goalkeeper in sight. And all he finds is the save on Greasy's shot.
Not like this. That is, that's going to really ruffle some feathers.
Nah, this should be fine. I think that's going to be laughter in the NV comms after that one. It was pretty comedy. Pretty comical miss, or accident by Devo. I'm sure that they're quite a calm team in comms. Devo's obviously very calm. Remco, it's the same. I do wonder who the hype man is for this team. As Remco, I heard, was the hype man for their RLCS winning team. Oh, hold on. How does this find the back of the net? Violent Panda with a vicious trundler. Somehow underneath. A probably pre-jumping Remco. Yep, naughty Remco. Get back down where you belong.
Remco's jumping too fast, too hard. Violent Panda hits the ground ball. And that's going to throw them off. I think Devo was just sitting there kind of watching that one roll in. Maybe didn't quite have the momentum to get started on that one. Going to tie up the series, actually. Gale Force and EnVyUs, obviously, both tied in the series, tied in game now. So obviously, EnVyUs do have the confidence of the first series win, so that they do have that going for them. But there are the chances, and Gale Force are a team to take them, just like that turbo from above. Beautiful setup from Violent Panda, once again showing off his playmaker ability. Just sets it up. Greasy goes sailing over. Devo's nowhere near the action. And Turbo finds another beautiful goal.
Devo once again kind of looking lost in defense. He shows up late to the party and the ball's over his head. Remember, this should have been a 2-0 lead for Envy if they just secured that goal where Greasy, shot on target and Devo decided to drive in the way of it. Of course, it was an accident, but not a necessary place for him to be in. It was definitely still a misplay. If they lose this, it would be so frustrating for them. I mean, Devo saving the shot initially, they can forgive that. That's not too bad. But then going 2-1 down not long after, that will irritate them, and it'll irritate them a lot.
Irritated or not, they're going to have to live with it. EnVyUs are still lacking their footing in this game. Gale Force is actually picking up. Is it? Did I speak too soon?
One last
Devo
chance.
Blocked it. Remco's that is unfortunate.
Oh, you're just hovering.
That is very unfortunate.
Oh dear, Remco. If he had 10 more boost, might have hit the backboard there, or maybe hit the shot on target. But Gale Force, in a pretty bizarre turn of events, are going to lead this. They should not, or they definitely should by no means be leading this series here. Greasy's open net shot getting saved by Devo, and then never were able to stabilize after that. Questionable
win there from Gale Force. They didn't really have the rights to that game, but they managed to pull it out anyway. They are now up 2-1 in the series. This could be their breakaway chance. We saw something similar happen with Envy in the last series, so maybe we're going to have history repeating itself, although very recent history. We did just have a $10 donation from It's the Raf. Much love to Raf for the donation. We're getting straight into game number 4 now, heading on in. Wow. We are making some serious progress in this series. And it is all on Envy right now. We said it at the start, we're saying it again. Strange sense of deja vu is just filling my bones, Johnny. EnVyUs is the team that needs to come up right now, step up to the plate and hit the home run.
Yeah, Envy will only be thinking about winning this 2 series in a row. They've got a bone to pick with Gale Force. After Gale Force have shut them down so many times in the past, they will not want nothing less than a rout here. Even, I'm sure, dropping 2 games in a row in the last series will be enough for one day. They're not going to be interested in losing any more after that. But consistency is the problem. Envy just don't have the same consistency. Very chaotic at times. Mainly Devo and Greasy, of course. Remco is always a very calculated player. But that's what you get when you throw Devo and Greasy in the same team. You just get very, very high highs, and then you save your teammates open net.
Highs and lows. Looks like they're going to be having some of them, but Remco, what is that shot? It's a sniper shot as well. Look at this. He comes from all the way in the back here.
Yeah, this is ridiculous what this is. One bounce. Count them with me. 2 bounces. 2. Is there another one? No, not quite, but that's still...
Oh my goodness. What is going on, Johnny? How did he score? There is absolutely no right to that goal.
I was wondering who was going to say what a save first, because that was for sure a what a save moment, if I've ever seen one. All right, we're all even now. We've had Devo saving Greasy's shot. Now we've had the entire Gale Force lineup flopping past the ball, which should easily be stopped. So the silliness can stop now, I'm sure. Although I'm sure that would favor Envy if it did. As they usually come out second best when strange things happen in their matchups against Gale Force. Oh, Greasy and Devo having a very, very interesting meeting at the near post. I think it was Greasy full mounting Devo there. My eyes do not deceive me.
That sounds like one you shouldn't have
like
missed.
something we want to replay. Oh, okay,
That's
with a nice
one
angle.
you shouldn't miss either. K-Dot finds it. Somehow, Turbo with the huge wraparound all the way over the top, and K-Dot lines himself up. The Frenchman striking with uncanny precision right there. Able to tie up the series. Gale Force,
yeah.
it's just incredible, Johnny. The way he manages to pull it off, it's just, you know, truly a work of art. Well,
that was one of K-Dop's more deft touches. He didn't just put it on target, but he waited for the defender to just move right away. Then he hit it, so I'm very impressed.
Exactly.
Timing and the angle. Everything about that shot was great. Oh, and Greasy showing us some placement of his own. Firing early enough to beat the defender, but also sticking it under Turbo as well. Look at that. Turbo is making himself as big as possible, as close to the ball, but no luck. Greasy's placement was too good. As Envy looks to tie up the series.
Greasy's actually decided to show up in this series. I guess we were assuming that Remco and Devo would kind of be the standout men, but Greasy's definitely shown up and proven his worth right now. He has been he's been putting shots on goal. I think he's topped the score more than anyone else on his team. Devo and Remco just having a little bit of a kerfuffle there. Not quite working out for either of them, but they are still in the lead. Panda able to try and get a clear here. Remco says no, forces it back into the orange half, drops it down in front of net. Double commit, but it works. Not really a double commit, they were just both in the right place at the right time, I suppose.
Gale Force are doing a pretty good job holding on to their boost here. They know that they're going to be under a bit of pressure for a while until they can find that hard clear. They're not wasting any boost unless absolutely necessary. Compare that to Envy, who are just using full tanks all over the place, driving around, guzzling up every big canister that they can see. That's their playstyle. That's the luxury that you have when you play as fast as these guys do. You're most of the time going to win the race to the big boost pads.
Boost seems to be the name of the game so far. We have seen a lot of aerial performances from both of these teams, and Envy seems to be winning the war right now. Although they may have lost a couple of crucial battles, they are definitely not down and out. A team with you know, Rottweiler-like tenacity here. Definitely not ones to count out early. They will be biting long until their foes have gone down in the series. Still, though, needs something a little bit more from Envy, I think. We're just not quite seeing them at their peak. We need them to just step it up that one notch higher and really take it home convincingly. GFE have been doing fantastically, but they also need to amp up the pressure more than a couple of notches, though. They are the ones on the back pedal a lot of the time. They just need to pick it up right now, Johnny.
Yeah, they're trying to sit as far back into their own half as possible. Just no hard clears from Envy catch them off guard. Just as I say that, Turbo's in a bit of an awkward situation, gets rescued by Panda. Definitely another chance on the table, but even K-Dot unable to find that angle. Final 20 seconds approach. Are we going to have the tie series? I'm sure that everybody wants to see a tie series here. I know I would not mind going into game 5 all tied up. Will Gale Force even have a sniff at the net? Definitely likely, but there's
They
actually
will.
one shot.
Remco,
Remco swats it away. One more. Oh, Turbo had to do something, but he catches it too clean. Grounded ball.
Greasy and Turbo just having a bit of a face-off on the wall.
Oh,
Greasy
dangerous.
gets the touch to clear it. Man, oh man.
It's a dangerous place to finish the game, but they do manage to do exactly that. Like you said, Greasy's a standout player. He's causing a lot of problems for Gale Force. His finishing has been on point. He had that one crossbar to start the day, but after that, it's been pretty on point for himself and the EnVy squad. I think they had one game where they shot 11 times and only scored once, but that was their worst showing.
That was, yeah, not perhaps one of their better series, but they've managed to. I think you'd agree, Johnny. They have managed to pick up the pace considerably since then. Obviously, picking up that first set. Now moving on, they are starting to reclaim their lead. We're almost seeing an identical thing happening to what we saw last game last series from GFE. The reverse gauntlet has almost been run. We've had a couple extra donations, $10 coming in from an anonymous user. Thank you very much, anonymous user, as well as a 5 from T-Bone Yo 609. Thank you very much to all of you that have donated so far. We do massively appreciate it, and I'm sure the players do as well. You are putting food on the table for them, but not if you don't feed yourself first. Remember, kids, ladies, gents, feed yourselves first.
Yeah, make sure to buy yourself a private yacht before funding Greasy's. Can't give too many private yachts to these guys just yet. They need to work a little bit harder. It's feel the grind. I don't know, Rocket League Pro players, do they work anywhere near as hard as other esports? Oh, great double touch from Kate up. Greasy swats it away. Rocket League's in that weird spot right now where players are able to fully support themselves, but it's still quite a new thing, and there's not many players who can.
Yeah.
Few who do support themselves and have organizations are going to be an advantageous spot when the competition gets more fierce. I'm sure those with the hardest work ethic are going to rise to the top. I'm sure that's why Gale Force are as good as they are. A great hard-working team. And sorry, just in my ear, hearing from this crazy man. I don't know if it's inside my head, but he's asking who the hardest working player in Rocket League is. I'd have to go with K-Dot myself. Very hard-working, very great work ethic. Even when he's not practicing with his team, he'll probably be streaming, and you can find him over there. Is it just twitch.tv/K-Dot? I think it is.
I think that's the one, yeah.
Before the show started today.
Good place to watch some top-tier Rocket League plays there. With or without friends. I believe he streams with his buddies as well.
Oh, my favorite K-Dot streams have got to be the ones where he's playing with, he's just, playing a pickup tournament with likes of Scrub or Turbo back in the day. That was before himself and Turbo were teammates. He used to play tournaments with him quite a lot, and it was just hilarious. They were having a great time, whether it be winning or losing, singing along to his sub sign, most likely. And maybe that's what Gale Force need. They just need K-Dot to start singing. Easy street. Oh, great save by Devo on the point blank range shot. And we are really putting up quite a wall here, making it difficult for Gale Force to find the elusive goal. They've not had many chances at the other end. In fact, one in half the game is the only chance that EnVy have had. And I'm sure there will be plenty more where that came from.
I think you could almost agree that we're kind of hitting the almost stalemate point now, where the teams have started to figure each other out. They've laid their cards on the table, and now it's just working towards figuring out who's going to crumble first, who is going to fold up and pack it all in. Neither team is showing signs of backing down, though. Panda's up. Doesn't quite win the 50-50 convincingly in the orange half. Remco's keeping it here. Devo for the follow-up. Is there a third? Where's Greasy? Not quite close enough for that one. Turbo able to work that one out, but Remco straight back in the air.
That's stealing pinch from Remco. That would have been incredible if Remco had got that goal. Almost sad to see it get saved, as the mechanics and the awareness were top notch. Gale Force are going to be feeling pretty frustrated that they didn't put a goal past EnVy so far this game. It's a weird phenomenon in Rocket League that you can feel robbed even though the game is still tied up. It's very difficult to get out of that mindset where you feel like you should be winning, and then you overcommit, you get over aggressive to try and make up for it. Devo somehow turns a misread aerial into a double touch. It's probably the person in the entire world who's most capable of doing that, just turning a bad flight path into something good.
Those turnarounds really do make him a lethal player right there. But still, the unrelenting assault right here, Johnny. EnVy and Gale Force Esports still duking it out right now in front of the blue net. Turbo absolutely flatters Remco. Look at that, gets sent to the ceiling. Absolutely no mercy. I think Gale Force have had enough of Remco and Devo's shenanigans with the demos. And they're hunting for some payback right now. 2 fantastic bumps there. But is it going to be all for now? No, K-Dot comes flying across the net for a fantastic save. And it's still 0-0. We might be hitting an overtime, Johnny. The first one of today.
It's surprising that this will be the first overtime. That's usually a pretty common place for these two teams to find themselves when they match up. And I do think overtime might be the difference. Oh, Panda's beamed it!
Oh no! Panda's
wide open net and he dropped the ball.
That is
Panda. What a disaster.
Boost. That is a travesty right there. That is almost a throw.
Oh, this is very bad news. Devo looking for the double touch. First touch wasn't good enough. Booster no boost. Panda should have been able to nurse that ball into the net. Uncontested. But he just panicked. He pulled the trigger too soon, but Turbo finds the goal.
The weave, the control, the finesse, the everything. Look at this. He just comes in.
That's a great first touch.
Breaks hard. Devo didn't have a chance. Turbo, absolutely stunning. Gale Force going to be picking up game number 4 right there.
Turbo saying, is it lagging for you? But apparently, that's a little
Question.
bit BM. He just scores, and he's like, is the game lagging for anyone? See, is anyone else scoring when they're lagging like me? Is it just that easy for you guys? You can be lagging and still scored in overtime? Ah, just me, no problem. But yeah, we might hop into a new server if these guys do want one. So the turnaround should be pretty fast. We nearly had that disaster yesterday with the servers being down right before PRL went live. I was wondering if that was going to fix itself in time. I believe it did. I believe it did. Yeah, we are going to get a new server here for the players. Yeah. We want everything to be in perfect shape for them. We don't want them to be feeling nervous.
Working order.
Yeah, it's not nice when you don't even trust the server to do what it's supposed to do.
Well,
yeah,
we are
right
just going to be
pretty soon.
Yeah, we're just going to be waiting on that new server. In the meantime, we have had some more donations. Thank you very much. And again, another anonymous user, $12 coming in, and another $4.20 from Jay Walls. We are just trying to find that next server, so we will be with you as soon as we can. We are just going to briefly mention some more of our sponsors. The fantastic work done by the Tracker League Network. If you're unfamiliar, the Tracker, rocketleague.tracker.network is their website. They run a fantastic tracker series, so it updates in real time every 4 minutes. You can track your goals, your progress, how well you've done across all 4 competitive game modes. Just really top-notch stuff from them. Much love goes out to those guys from us especially. Special place in our hearts right here.
Yeah, big shout out to all the sponsors who are making this possible, making it worth playing for. And yeah, one of those is, of course, Bad Panda. I don't know if you guys have heard about that website. I have.
Tell us about Bad Panda, Johnny. I hear you.
No, I'm worried. I know if I start talking about it, everybody's just going to call me a sellout, and I don't like it when they call me a sellout. Or do I?
We'll have to say, we'll save it for later then. We'll wait until we've got our end of set, and then we'll get you chatting about Bad Panda soon. Don't you worry. We've still got that in store for everyone at home. But until then, we will be getting right back into the action. We don't want to miss a single thing. we've had the calls of sellout. We'll be fine. We'll manage. Remco screams in. 3 seconds in, Remco absolutely going ham. And what a beautiful goal that is. EnVy trailing a game. They did lose game 5. I believe I called it game 4. Oh no, sorry.
This is game 6, yeah.
We're in game 6 now. Numbers are difficult.
Yeah, 5 and 6.
Yeah. Remgod coming out hot right off the bat. Oh, but it's almost K-Dop! The reversal. What is going on right now, Johnny? This is huge for Gale Force Esports. We've just seen Remco bang an absolute screamer in. And now K-Dop comes for the reversal. Devo just, unfortunate positioning there. Lets him have that one. Tie game. What a swing. 14 seconds. 2 goals. That is mental, Johnny.
Yeah, a bit of chaotic defending from Devo and Greasy, just finding themselves in the near post, spiraling on the wall. Remco made a bit of a risky play, came off the goal line to try and clear the danger, but missed the ball as he was beaten to it by Gale Force. It's rare to see Remco make that sort of risky decision. Whenever he commits, he's usually in a position where he knows he's going to win the race to the ball. You gotta be careful, these guys on Gale Force are not slow, and K-Dot finds the second one. We might be going the distance here if Gale Force can keep this up.
K-Dop again, just that precision striker we've come to kind of know and love. But man oh man, picking it up hot. 2-1 for Gale Force. They are still leading the series 3-2. So this could actually be their closeout game for the second set right now. They could tie up the series. EnVyUs currently lead 1-0 in terms of the best of 7 sets. This could all change very shortly, though, if Gale Force are to keep up with this fantastic pressure. But Remco's on the offense, and that is never good news for any team. Greasy's backing him up now, pushing up into the orange half. But there comes the long clear. Devo now trying to work it back in. We've hit the ping pong phase, and we've hit it early. We've had the early goals. We're now stagnating, slightly off curve.
Oh my goodness. Devo throwing himself into the Gale Force net looking for a demo on Panda. What did Panda ever do to you, Devo? It's a little bit mean. Great to see Remco taking the ball to the ground. Rare sight, the Remco dribble. Some say it only comes out once every 2 weeks. We've just seen it, so that's all we're going to see from the Remco ground game for quite a while. But enjoy it while it lasts. It's over very quickly, as most dribbles are in threes.
Not exactly the perfect game mode for incredible solo dribbles, you're right, but I think we've had some good attempts, maybe not some full-on successes, but we've seen 1 or 2 give it a shot, and that's where it counts. You can't score if you never try, and these guys are definitely not lacking in the trying department. Turbo's coming in. What a beautiful touch. Unfortunately, he's just going to miss out on the post. K-Dop is centering once more. Remco tries to clear it out off to the side. And now in comes Violent Panda. Is he going to be able to give it off to Turbo for the hand? Not quite. There's lots of bumping from team members and foes alike. It is not looking particularly structured right now. Violent Panda weaving it under. My goodness.
He will still got a lot of boost here. Might go the distance. Oh, did he just pinch that off the crossbar? He might have got an extra touch and gone the wrong direction. Devo's playing probably the most aggressive game that I've seen this whole series. In Game 6 of Series 2. He's more often stealing boost in the Gale Force half than he is collecting boost in his own back corner. Keeping out for Devo. Making those offensive runs, trying to cause problems. Still plenty of time for him to do so. Gale Force are looking pretty comfortable, I'm not going to lie. We might be going to the 3rd series.
Maybe. Gale Force have got some of that fighting spirit in them that we maybe too soon attributed to EnVyUs. We know that these guys can pull out the long fight, but now Gale Force is showing up in this marathon. It is no longer a test.
No one expected K-Dop to miss there. See, all of EnVy are already backing away, expecting a hard clear. Then K-Dop just misses the ball entirely. It just shows the respect that these guys have for each other, that they never even move forward on that play. Because 99.9% of the time, K-Dop will connect. And when K-Dop hits the ball, we all know that just means one thing: the ball is going to go pretty far.
Devo trying to set up another dribble, but just getting blocked up. It is not the right game mode for him to be trying that anymore. They need something creative, but maybe that is what they're thinking with some less usual dribble plays. Can
surely
Devo follow? Remco can. Remco's going to tie it up. Took all three members, but they're working in perfect harmony now. Greasy for the wraparound. Devo across the front half, and then Remco finally finds the upper 90. It's going to be a 2-2. Can Envy pull it out, Johnny? Can they pull out all the stops, come back in this series and take it in a 2-0? I don't know. That's the question. We're here to find out, ladies and gents.
Well, 30 seconds might give us an answer. We've only had one overtime so far this series. And although another looks likely at this point, you never know. This was probably the most chaotic game that we've seen so far out of both the series that have been played. Approaching the final 10 seconds. Who will have the last laugh? Panda with a great hit forward. Devo respecting that and moves back accordingly. It looks like overtime might be the destination here. Unless Devo could do something magical. Sure that Gale Force will.
Turbo's just going to let it fall.
Smart play by Turbo. It would have been pretty risky to take that across his own goal.
Well, overtime again. The second game of today with overtime in the same set coming up for these guys. I think it's back-to-back actually, Johnny. Have we just seen two in a row?
Back overtimes. Oh dear, this is a mess from Devo and Greasy. Devo somehow salvages it, landing on the ball. It was very necessary. But that's the one thing that Envy have got to be so careful of. Those double commits where, at least if you're going to double commit in Rocket League, one of you's got to get a good hit on the ball. You can't just fluff it and hit it softly or straight into the ground, because that's when you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Demo comes in, Devo with the finish. Off the ball plays once again the difference. Remco sideswipes Kid up. GG. We're going to another game.
That is brutal. Envy, they're making the run. They're coming back now. This could be, they could take it in the second set right here, Johnny. They almost lost out in the first set to something very similar. Gale Force are not going to be happy with that end result. They were probably hoping to take the second set, but now it is all thrown up in the air. It's going to be tough to see who's going to win, who's got that little bit extra left in them right now, because this could be the deciding game. This could close out the matchup right now here on twitch.tv/Pro Rivalry. Tell your friends, get everyone in here, because it's showtime, boys and girls.
Yeah, this is going to be the one game that might define Envy's future in this matchup. If they can win here, and they've finally beaten their biggest demon in Rocket League at the moment, if they can't win, that seed of doubt is going to start to grow once again. This is so important for Envy. They were able to win the first best of 7, but we know that winning 2 best of 7s is the only thing that matters, and they know that better than any of us. This is it. Make or break for Envy. Can they get the job done in what will be a 2-0 series? It would be 8-6 in game score for the day. 2-0 series score is quite a statement.
Look at this, a little bit of stop and start play from EnVyUs right here. They're just trying to get themselves going, not trying to concede early on, as they just do. Turbo nails one into the top, and he throws the little wiggle in at the end just for good luck. That is really not looking good for Envy right now. GFE, I'm sure, are celebrating wildly right now. You guessed the wiggle, there you go. Oh, Johnny, it is not looking hot for Envy right now. They need to find something, and they need to find it fast if they do want this series. A lot is riding on this, more than just the prize pool right now.
Oh, Greasy just stole away with Devo's shot. It worked out in the end, but if we look what happens here, Devo's about to clang it. Greasy decides, never mind. Let's just pass it to Remco. Definite favoritism coming in there. The old teammates. He says, no, Devo. I know you've been having fun with Remco in my absence, but we go way back, me and Remy. We go all the way back to 2015. Or did they? Maybe not 2015, at least 2016, I'm sure. That's not, not a common sight to see a complete misplay turn into a goal in fashion that we just saw.
Well, it looks like I panicked too early. I think EnVyUs are they're starting to find it. They know what it takes, and I think they've got it in them, Johnny. They're looking hot right now. They've warmed up. They're in the zone. They could beat
You never
it
know.
right in the
Final
last
60
seconds.
seconds. Final 60 seconds is the only one to matter in this game. That's where we're going to see if EnVy really believe that Gale Force are their nemesis or not. Are they a superstitious team? Well, we're about to find out. Up until now, the evidence would tell you that they are, as they've fallen short. Albeit close series and close games, they've always come out second best. So that would have been a very fortunate goal. Remco getting a great 50-50 towards Devo. The spread of Gale Force still looking pretty good. They're not getting too close to each other. They don't want to get beaten to the ball and taken out the game in 2s and 3s. At least if you let EnVy beat you to the ball, but you only let them take one player out in the process, that's not so bad. There's still 2. 1 to challenge, 1 to support, while the third recovers. That is the name of the game. EnVy are just the faster of the 2 teams, and it's not close. They're winning all of the races today. And especially in this last game, even Remco joining Devo and Greasy at Supersonic for the majority of the game.
That's where they need to be. We've already attested that Gale Force is not above Hurricane Speed or Supersonic, so if EnVy can find their pace. If EnVy can find
it, just go Supersonic. I think
there you go.
Supersonic's gotta be faster than 60, or what was it, 70 kilometers an hour? I think it is.
I think
70 kilometers an hour. That's not a particularly fast
Where's
shot.
the copy pasta? Come on, chat.
No.
You're letting us down here.
I just can't remember how fast Supersonic is. Somebody figured it out, because you know how fast goals are. You can see that on the score sheet. But how fast is Supersonic? That's the next task for you, Twitch chat. The prize for person who
Twitch
tells
chat.
us absolutely nothing. Get to it.
Well, the pressure is still on from both teams. Neither one really backing down. Panda trying to work his way up the field. Looks like he's going to drop something down. Remco able to get the clear. Interesting repositioning from Devo, but Greasy's up in the air to try and get a hold of that one. Devo loses out to Panda, who's way faster. The double touchdown. Turbo almost had himself round in position, but it just gets cleared a little bit too fast for that to happen. Greasy now trying to set up the offense. Panda, though, going to put a stop to that relatively quickly. And Panda, once again, up in the offense. He's come out of his shell now, Johnny. We're not seeing the pacifist Panda anymore. We're seeing the full-on war Panda. And he is
The
turned.
violent Panda.
There you go. That's the one.
True Panda. The Panda
True
that was
Panda
promised.
indeed.
It's all EnVy on the back foot at the moment, albeit not looking too shaken by the Gale Force pressure. You always can tell how comfortable people are with pressure. Oh, with the amount of boost that teams are able to hold on to in defense. And throughout that entire play, EnVy were very comfortable. Everybody sitting pretty on high boost totals. So Paul and Greasy has to come in and save Remco. A rare sight with Remco being wrong-footed in defense. 30 seconds, 1 goal for EnVy. Means they finally will beat their greatest rival. Gale Force trying to take it into a third best of 7 with a goal in the EnVy net.
All they need now is 1 goal from either team. That could be the heartbreaker, the dream maker. Here comes Greasy, here comes Devo. Devo fakes it. K-Dop goes flying past Panda, though, working his way up. The pinch comes out. It looks like it's going to hit the floor. There's the bounce. Greasy, can he keep the dream alive? Sends it long.
Oh, no boost.
Not going to be anyone there to receive it. K-Dop just swivels out of the way, and it is going to be in overtime. This is for all the marbles right now, Johnny. This is the one.
These teams won all in overtimes. 3rd overtime in a row. But K-Dop gets denied by the crossbar. There's Turbo.
Turbo! He gets it. The wiggle. Everything is just so perfect. The finish. K-Dop comes in, screams it across the crossbar. The one time the crossbar has worked in their favour. EnVyUs are absolutely furious. You can just imagine. Hunky Pierre has answered the prayers. Turbo and K-Dop to finish out the set. Gale Force Esports takes set number 2, and what a set it has been. My goodness.
EnVy just don't believe in themselves. That's the problem for them. You can see they're not playing their game in that last game. They're sitting back, they're waiting for the misplays to come in from Turbo, Violent Panda, and K-Dop. And that's not what we're used to seeing from them. They're a very proactive team when they're playing at their best. They like to pressure, they like to take boost, they like to demo. And right at the end there, they're just sitting back and hoping that the series will win itself, and it never does. Gale Force once again refused to go down without a fight.
It just wasn't quite good enough. Gale Force, they had that passion, the power, the drive. They had, they had everything right there in that last one. They made the dream, they kept the dream alive. And speaking of dreams, guys, we do have another Turtles giveaway. So the keyword is Turtles, being spelled TRRTLZ. Type that in chat to be entered in a giveaway for a set of fantastic bracelets. We are going to head into a very quick break while we wait for the next series to be started. Hit that keyword in the chat. Get going. We'll see you shortly. And we are back, guys. We are just coming off that short break there. 4 winners for that giveaway, that Turtles giveaway, will be drawn very shortly. Best of luck to all of you entering that. But even more importantly, we have the decider set. We have the last best of 7, the finals of PRL's Rival Week. Johnny, it is really do or die time. We kind of said that in the last game. Gale Force clinched the win. Now it is really trouble time for EnVyUs. They need this to go on, take that $600 prize pool plus donations if you are still thinking about donating. Man, it has been tight so far. What do you make of it so far, Johnny?
Well, a betting man at this point has to go for Gale Force. I think Envy, after taking the first series, it looked like they might win the second as well, but they weren't able to close the deal, and now they're all, because we've seen this position before. Close series between these two guys, and every time this happens, it is Gale Force who come out on top, and they've waited till the third series to score their best goal so far. The speed of that rebound taking Remco and the gang off guard. 1-0 Gale Force. I don't know if we're even going to see a game 7 this time. It might just be Gale Force all the way.
Panda has really come out of his shell. We commented really early on how he was kind of the one to fade into the back, set up the plays for everyone else, but now he is back with a vengeance, and he means business. Gale Force Esports coming out hot out of the gates. They're on form now, Johnny. They've found their mark. They're hitting their stride. All of those good things are coming to Gale Force. Turbo flicks it up. Can he drop it down? Not quite. Devo and Remco both there for the block. Now Devo to try and work it out. Violent Panda back for the center. Remco's up high. Can he get it just away from the goal? He can. Onto Greasy. Works it past K-Dot. Now out of position. Devo just misses the clear there. Ball floating in the blue corner. Moving up towards the midfield. But no, K-Dot sends it straight back. Violent Panda almost had another one. Turbo Pulsar missing the open net there. Unfortunate for him. Didn't quite have the power he needed. K-Dot once again on the return. A little bit of a miscommunication between Panda and K-Dot. Devo gets the fake. What a mind game. Look at that. And Devo crossbarred. Denied once again, Johnny. Who's keeping count on the crossbar?
Well, I can't count, so not me. Oh, what? Wait a minute. How did this find the back of the net? This should have been an easy save. Devo and Greasy, again, kind of getting in each other's way. And then Devo passes the ball into K-Dot. where Remco would have had a simple save. We knew that if there were going to be problems for Envy, it'd probably be Devo and Greasy butting heads. Exactly what just happened. Devo needs to sort himself out. Sometimes Beanvo just likes to take over. He's got this personality crisis, really not very helpful for his professional career.
The two personalities of Devo clearly clashing out here. Remco getting a nasty demo onto Turbo, but still Gale Force looking in control right now. They are the ones with all the power, but Greasy comes in off a beautiful pass from Devo. Envy have still got it. They haven't gone anywhere. Don't you worry if you're Envy fans at home. You can still play along. They're still in it to win it. No,
well, that was just a bit of a misplay for Panda. I don't know what happened to Gale Force at the back there. No pressure from anyone from Envy. And still, Panda decided to lump it into the center. Not even
my goodness, what happened there?
Remco with a clean whiff. Envy, they might just have a problem with Gale Force. Oh my goodness.
We've seen the Rem gone in this series. We're now seeing the Rem throw. What is going on, Johnny? EnVyUs are... They were much more convincing in the first series. Now they're starting to fall apart. They're clashing. They're bumping heads. It's not looking so hot for them right now.
That was the worst play that we've seen from Remco all series. He just made that slight mechanical misplay where he accidentally air rolled to the side before using his second jump for his fast aerial and his jump that he wanted to be in. Something that I know a lot has talked about a lot in the past, that every time he jumps he's already air rolled and he doesn't know why. Oh, this should be a goal. Surely Greasy is there, but K-Dop is also there. Pressure is still mounting.
Backed out with that one. Panda's going for it, but Devo, I think he got scared off by Devo. No, he's just let it go through.
Remco's having an absolute howler here, for lack of a better word. Another complete whiff on an uncontested ball. With just over 2 minutes left, he really just needs to try to go back to that consistent play style that makes him such a valuable asset for Envy.
Well, their valuable assets need their time to strike, and they need it now. Turbo with a power pinch. Devo just able to get in place. Violent Panda sails over the top of that one. And now Envy are on the offense once more. They need a good couple of strong goals right now just to assert their dominance once more. Let GFE, they're not going to be a walk in the park to conquer. They haven't just rolled over. They are going to fight till the end, but they need them pretty soon. Otherwise, the first game of this series, and quite possibly the whole thing, will fall over to the hands of GFE. They're on the offense once more, but Greasy for a strong clear outwards.
Oh, and Remco again, just nowhere near, and it wasn't because of a lack of boost. He just could not find the line that he wanted to be flying in. This is still an open net. Surely Remco, there he is. And this might be exactly what Envy need. It's right now. You needed this more than the goal scorer. Remco, courtesy of his countryman Violent Panda, does get on the board. For both of the Envy goals so far, and although he scored a cracking goal, great solo effort to open the scoring, he needs to try to be a little bit more careful. Minute.
Panda trying to work his way around the blue offense. Devo really whipping that one there. Envy, I'm not sure what
is happening.
It's a tale of two
They're all
teams.
just going to collaborate. They're going to say it's lag, just because that suits everybody at this point. They're all whiffing, so let's just blame lag. Blame Psionics. They're not here to defend themselves. K-Dop is looking for a solo goal of his own, no boost to do it with. Speaking of no boost, Envy are feeling the squeeze.
Oh, Violent Panda with the control. He almost had it. Turbo back mid. Is there anyone to follow up? No, K-Dop has already rotated back, and well remembered for him that they otherwise that would have been a clean goal for Envy. Heads up play there once again from the Frenchman, and now he's coming back in. Can he do something on this offense? Boost starved, Greasy able to outplay him on that one. Now Panda knocks it back into the blue corner. It spent an inordinate amount of time on this blue side.
Remco just needs to forget this game ever happened. The amount of times he's driven past the ball is
and it's a 0-second hero.
Too many.
Turbo. What a fantastic way to end the game. This is just unfortunate for Remco. He's going to put this one out of mind as soon as he can. Turbo's going to be properly chuffed with that one. My goodness, Gale Force to take the first game of set 3 in this best of 7. Whew. Need to breathe, Johnny.
Bit of a disaster.
Too tense.
This game was a mess. The worst game of the entire series, but that might be just attributed to the fact that it's such a long process here to get the win. We saw 2 best of 7s that both went to game 7, 3 of the second series, and now these guys have got to do it all one more time, which is no small task. And we saw more misplays there than we did in the entire second series almost. But he is stepping up. He started off this series pretty badly, and even he himself observed that and let us all know how he was feeling in the quick chat. But he's really, and he's looking a lot more consistent, which is what we come to expect from him. He's usually such a solid player, and another solid player is Remco, but even Remco fell in the last game into 1-0 Gale Force. Of course, this is all that matters now. The first best of 7 is history. The second best of 7 is history. Third best of 7 is where the money will be decided.
That's where it is. All the marbles on the line right now, and Gale Force Esports are poised as of now to take them and add to their collection of achievements. Turbo and Panda both working together in beautiful harmony to try and clear this one out. So Violent Panda able to get a lovely flick over the top. Greasy once again off the backboard. K-Dop with the pre-jump off the ball from Greasy, able to block the shot as well. Now Devo replies with one of his own. K-Dop just able to reach for it. Ball still in the orange half, but Envy are slightly running out of ideas here. Need boost, need some fresh strats as GFE make the pushback into offense. Ball kind of stagnated in the midfield. What do you think of this reduced kind of more conserved Envy presence we're seeing, Johnny? We're not seeing them perhaps as full-out aggressive as we have in past.
Well, you're right. I don't think I saw any demolished plays from Envy in the last game, and that's something they've really dominated throughout this both these teams play. Evo in a great position. Great save though from Turbo. Re-jumping into position that he knew the ball would have to go through. But it looks like Violent Panda must have heard us. He's trying to get that aggression started for himself. Try to become who he was born to be. The Violent Panda, not the Tame Panda. If he does series, I think we should definitely rename him Tame Panda or something. With enough retweets, I'm sure we could make this possible.
There's our next community goal.
Yes, as a community, this is the #1 priority at the moment. Renaming Violent Panda, forget everything else. Oh, this is wide open. Devo will find the net. Bit of a messy goal once again, and Envy, not for the first time, are able to capitalize on some chaos. Devo missed his dribble, but then the ball ricochets around for the second, and he just drives in a circle and scores. Oh, but 1-0 Envy nonetheless.
Envy now, they saw the result of the first game. They weren't too pleased with that. They're trying to strike back. It's almost in desperation, but they're still managing to keep calm. They are keeping composed, even through the misplays and the whiffs. And look at that. That's when it all starts to come together. The string of plays from Devo to Remco. Even if they get interrupted, it just looks so beautiful, mechanically speaking. But here comes Panda, just a little bit off. Didn't quite have enough boost for the finish. Greasy able to take it away off the top. Now onto Devo, drops it down for Greasy. Greasy once more, open net, but Turbo's flying across to save. Violent Panda over the top.
Greasy. Just going for a shot when there was pass options wide open, and another bad hit. This time Turbo is going to criticize himself with a very sarcastic, nice shot. For anyone who didn't realize, he didn't hit it hard enough. It was a bit of a slow one from Turbo right there. Oh, good pre-jump from Remco. In an awkward position, but he comes out on top. Still 1-0 Envy. In a must-win game. Every game from this point onwards must win for Envy. As we all know, Gale Force are going to show up at the end of the series. Another team bump for Envy. escape once again.
Well, Gale Force have been on form. Can Envy find that supersonic speed? 343 meters per second is what they're aiming for to beat out the absolutely huge Force.
Meters per second. Who informed us of this?
This is.
I don't know what meters per
I'm working with
second
what I
looks
was
like.
given
Come on,
with
Twitch
it,
chat.
Johnny.
I don't know what that means. Meters per second, I've got no clue. Might as well use like liters per decade for all I know. Kilometers per hour, guys. Do it. Make it happen. What is supersonic? This is very important. That and renaming Violent Panda.
Those are our two priorities right now. Finding out what supersonic is and making Violent Panda a pacifist.
Yes.
Well,
That's what's meant to be.
pacifism hasn't quite materialized. He's been putting on a show. He has come up strong a couple of times this matchup. Maybe we just need a little bit more out of him. Now would be good. Greasy's in there. Is there anyone to try and find a hole in this rotation? K-Dot finds the demo. This could be the opening. Devo hits into the ceiling. Is there anyone rotating back? Turbo onto K-Dot. They're keeping the dream alive. EnVyUs, this is a nightmare situation for them. Can they get it to drop down? Turbo still alive. By the banner for the double touch. Devo knocks it off to the side, and Devo is going to be able to do it. Wow. EnVyUs. They are going to take the much needed win right there. They needed that one to stay in, keep their confidence levels up. They got it. They still got it, Johnny. They're still in. I think Greasy may have accidentally left.
He's restarting.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just restarting his game.
That's all fine.
Pretty fortunate win for EnVyUs. Not gonna lie, Turbo wants to play CS:GO. We could do the third set in CS:GO. Who would win out of Envy and Gale Force? These teams,
I
not
don't
the
think
actual.
Gale Force doesn't have
EnVy.
a CS team, so
Yeah, no, I
my
mean
money's on
these
Envy.
guys. Just
Oh,
these
I
guys
see,
that
I
we're
see.
looking at. I don't know if they have CS:GO teams, but who would win? I reckon.
I mean,
the
Envy
surfing
does have a
back
CS
today,
team. So
That's
I
gonna
would
come
go-
in helpful. Greasy used to be semi-pro in CS:GO.
I think I'd
know
give it
Devo's
to
probably
Envy.
terrible. Envy. Yeah, Turbo's apparently terrible. Big question mark over Panda and K-Dot, though. I'm pretty sure
They're the
K-Dot isn't
unknowns.
very
They're the
good.
dark horses in this scenario.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Envy. If this did get settled by CS:GO, Envy probably would come out on top.
Well, they're the professionals in this situation. Turbo trying to hammer one home, but we aren't talking about CS. We are all
Oh, dear.
about car soccer, car football, whichever language you may be using.
Oh, we could go on. Who would win League of Legends? I know Devo plays more League than Rocket League at the moment. He's a long
they've both
machine.
got League in the name.
He just got recently promoted to Gold 5, so he's really stepping up his game.
If Rocket League doesn't
Splendid.
work out, then he's always got a backup option, doesn't he?
He's always got his Gold 5 League of Legends account. That's not too bad. But pretty much the same thing. It's RLCS Elite.
Well, RLCS Elite is what we've got going on right now. These are some of the best players in the world, arguably, and they are here for all the money, the marbles, the glory, the pride. They're all about it. Greasy fires one up over the crossbar this time, not even near it. Gracefully deflected by Panda, I believe it was. Remco faking out Turbo. Can he get another one? What is this setup? Greasy for the handoff. It's a bit too clunky, really, for any real result to come off it. I didn't like the look of that one, Johnny. It felt a bit forced. It didn't feel natural.
But this wasn't very Envy. They're all about the speed and the backboard passes, and that was a little bit too predictable for their liking. We can't forget, Devo in particular is a phenomenal grounded player. Able to dismantle Mocket in the RLCS Season 3 Grand Finals. A lot of those plays were from the ground, just dribbling multiple people and recovering faster than his opponents would think possible. That was an open net after the demo on the goal line from Greasy, but Remco not able to make contact. Remco's still looking a little bit shaken. Ever since that last game in the previous series, or the first game in this series, it's not been the solid Rem God that we're used to seeing.
Well, he is definitely slightly more conserved than, or reserved rather, is probably the correct word, than previously. Hasn't really been making any standout plays in this last few games. I don't know, Johnny. Remco, it feels like he's faltering, just like you mentioned. It's not a good look for EnVyUs. And there comes Turbo over the top of all of them. Their confidence has taken a knock. Gale Force Esports are having none of it. They are all over this. Turbo straight over the top. Remco, too late to rise up.
That was perfect boost efficiency from Turbo, and not one boost left in the tank after he made contact with the ball. Great team play. Gale with the presence of mind to go for the pass in the situation where a lot of players would have just shot and hoped for the best. I was criticizing Greasy not too long ago for making that exact mistake, shooting at net when teammates were waiting upfield. Gale, albeit the fact that he's known for his goal-scoring ability, is a great passer of the ball as well.
There's the pass, there's the handoff. Oh, Greasy just got in the way. That would have been an absolutely stunning set. And Remco, he may look a bit shaken, but he can still do the basics right, and he can do them with gusto. Lovely save to take them out of danger. Devo with a nice clear as well. It was a fantastic opportunity off the passing play for Gale Force Esports, but not going to come to fruition this time. Violent Panda just doing a little barrel roll, spinning around in ecstasy. Turbo now up the ball.
A lack of communication from Envy there. Greasy, or Devo, is looking for the return pass to Greasy in the air. Greasy was actually boost starved, so they're going to need to communicate a little bit better, in particular their boost totals, to allow each other to make the correct play. Devo's play would have been great if Greasy had a boost, or had 100 boost, but having none turned the play into something pretty useless.
Well, boost is a much needed commodity as all three members of Envy go for the save, and they managed to pull it off in the nick of time. However, it's not saves they need solid shots on net. Here comes Turbo, up for the fake. Oh, Devo! Are you kidding me, Devo? That is insane! If they manage to score this, Devo single-handedly saved this series. That is unreal. Ridiculous.
The ball was 99% flashing. Devo brings it back to life. But that's not enough. They still need more. With everybody out of the game, it's going to be tricky. Gale Force looking poised to take a lead.
Oh, Devo can't stop that one there. You can't stop the Panda when he's on a roll. Look at this. K-Dot off to Violent Panda. Bangs it in. Devo, unfortunately, isn't around for another wonder save. Man, oh man. Gale Force Esports are running away with this. Already one game up. EnVyUs really need to pull all the stops up now. It has been a marathon. It's been a long, hard slog. But Gale Force is starting to win out now. Oh boy. It's getting close, Johnny.
Up in the lead. Great passing by K-Dot. K-Dot was the difference that game. His passing plays is... And you look K-Dot, we're used to seeing him scoring, and he has been scoring a lot today. Probably top scorer, if not for the series, certainly for Gale Force. But facilitating both Turbo and Violent Panda, making their jobs very easy. Just serving it up to them on a silver platter, and they are in the lead, 2 games away from the money. Greasy, Remco, and Devo were 1 goal away from taking it, but now the task is multiplied.
That is absolutely nutty. Devo there with a huge save, but Panda and Turbo with just some incredible shots going on right now, guys. This is, we've just had a bathroom break coming out from Panda, so we are just going to be waiting a little bit on these guys to ready up. But man, oh man, what a series right there. This has been incredible. These games, man, Johnny, it's coming down clutch. Whew. I'm lost for words, man.
Well, it all comes down to the mental game of Envy at the moment. They've shown us that they can play well at times. This roster certainly, when they're playing at their best, will be in the conversation for best in the world. But their best is not what we see all the time. And that's a problem right now for Envy and Envy fans. Devo and Greasy said that they were going to be the players to look out for when inconsistencies are in the conversation, but even Remco is not able to be consistent in a format like this. It is so difficult to be consistent for the entire, what might be 21 games, as we've already had, I believe, 17. This is game 18 of the day. Gale Force lead by a single game.
Almost all the way in. If this is the last best of 7, which could potentially go to game number 7, we could in theory, Johnny, see all games played today, all 21 games. That would be quite something.
It looks like it could really happen at this point. It really could happen. If I think if EnVy take this game, game 7 is a likelihood. But if Gale Force take it, I really don't see EnVy getting 3 in a row, or at least 2 in a row to go game 7. It just not looked good enough on the final straight. The last series, they're just not looking like themselves. Struggling to break out of their own half, struggling to establish that solid rotation. The 1-2-3 offensive maneuver, which is usually so successful for them.
It's just been tough right now for EnVyUs. They've been hampered in their own half. Turbo landing an interesting backwards tap there. K-Dot almost lifeless and just static there. Still manages to make it work before Devo comes in and slams him in the rear Kappa Pride to take him off the field. Turbo though, trying to go up. Greasy missed it. However, shot's still alive. Devo over the top. Panda trying to get something working, showing his more aggressive nature now. Remco trying to get the clear. Turbo on target, manages to force the double commit. Devo though able to survive without any follow-up impending from GFE.
Oh, an uncharacteristic miss from Devo as he waited upfield, but Greasy with a huge dunk. What a play by the new boy here. That is disgusting. Absolutely filthy play from Greasy. Getting a monstrous prediction onto Gale Force Esports. And a much, much needed goal as EnVy want to tie the series up once again.
That's just horrendous, my goodness. EnVy, they found it. They found that little last spark of hope they had in their tank, and they are holding on to it for dear life. There's an open net, but Greasy once again coming out clutch. Remco is just, he's stopped caring. He's just going to demo every single person in the way, and so it works. Devo able to capitalize. Remco being an absolute bully on the field, but hey, it works. And if it looks stupid, but it works, it sure as hell ain't stupid.
Oh, I love that placement from Devo. He saw K-Dop had already committed to the wall. Deliberately bounced shot underneath him. This is a kickoff that we've seen Flipside do a lot. Deliberately losing to the back corner, double boost grab. Pass and play commences. They opt to go into the air, which is not something we're so used to seeing from F3. Just the EnVy twist on that kickoff strategy. Not surprised to see them take the ball to the air the earliest opportunity.
Well, the aerial game has been one played pretty well by both teams so far, but it's tough to call. I almost say EnVy have just done a much better job with it. It's just some of the goals they've scored, the angles they've managed to find out, the standard shots, the not so standard shots. It's just a masterclass right now. Johnny dropped down in front of the blue net. Turbo gets the aerial demo. Panda swerves, fakes one, goes over the top of Greasy.
Oh, it's
one
going
more
all the
man
way.
in net. He can't quite find it all the way. Gets turned away at the last hurdle. Turbo dropping it down in net. Is there a follow-up? It's a bit too late. As Greasy now trying to break out. Can EnVyUs find something? Devo doesn't really get a touch he's looking for on that. Panda able to intercept and challenge Remco for the boost. Remco, it's going to be slightly starved now. Has to drop out. Oh no, he's going all the way into the back corner. Wow, steals the boost as well. Remco is going full on. He's pulling out all the stops on Devo. He finds him. My goodness, these two are unstoppable right now.
Remco denies the clear, recovers, and then he pinches it into the middle. Where was this Remco in game 1? He's really showing up now. Creating goals all over the field. It was Greasy with a solo play, but after that it's been Remco to Devo twice. And game 7 is looking more and more likely further into the series we go. These teams never able to find a boring finish. For some reason, every time they play, it goes the distance. Will we have the other similarity? Will Gale Force be able to take another lump out of EnVyUs' pride? Timo says, Turbo, you should try playing the
A little
lottery.
bit of trash talking.
As I'm not sure if it was all luck. Turbo did take multiple players out of the game, but he did get a little bit of a fortunate 50-50 to make that possible. Timo, surely he won't be tilted when they're leading 3-1. Even if they do concede a lucky goal, they've got that comfortable 2-goal cushion to sit on. And all 6 of their cheeks are firmly planted right now as they look to move on and upwards. The best of 3 of best of 7s is quickly turning into just a simple best of 3. That's Greasy with another dunk, simpler than the previous one, but still. Greasy's bit on.
It just never ends.
Look at this. I'm dunking on K-Dop. I can't remember. I think he might have dunked on Panda for the first goal. I can't actually remember. Greasy saying he's already played the lottery and won $2, so pretty big.
Small
Big
winnings.
win there for Greasy. He is a baller, confirmed.
Oh, Remco almost had it on the jump there, but the offense still lives for EnVy. Not that they really need it, with a nice 3-goal set. Remco, that was really poor shot placement, if I'm honest. He definitely could have picked up an extra one there, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be all over for Gale Force Esports right now. EnVy is going to tie up the set 2-2. This is oh boy, it's getting close now, Johnny. I think a game 7 is very much likely in our near future.
Devo saying, can I go to sleep now? TYT. I'm not sure what the second T stands for there, but
Thank you, thanks.
Devo
Clearly.
needs to dig really deep.
I don't think we're going to repeat that one on stream.
All they need for Turbo right now is a comfortable goal lead like EnVy just had. All of EnVy very comfortably sat on their seats. Turbo doesn't have that same goal cushion to sit on, so not feeling very comfortable. And K-Dop with a very creative insult there. Very good. Brilliant creativity by the Frenchman. I'm having a great time watching this chat. I would ready up. This is the one time I've never readied up, by the way. Just to point that out.
Oh,
really
Caster BM now.
Chat.
We just want to watch the chat
I
on the stream.
always ready
can't
up, but
see.
this chat is too good. That's the best between game chat I've seen in a while. It's not even on stream, but it's okay. I read it all. I read out all the necessary stuff for you guys. Don't worry, you
He's got it
didn't
all
think.
screenshotted. He'll post it on Twitter. He'll give out a twit longer later with all the details.
No, you got it all. I know you guys can't see the chat, but it's okay. That's what I'm here for. I read for you. You can just close your eyes and imagine. Best thing that you have an offer at the moment.
K-Dub starting off hot with the demo onto Remco, just giving him a taste of his own medicine there. Turbo able to block up Devo on the 50-50. Greasy gets beaten out. Now only Devo and Remco in net. Remco able to clear that one way over the head of K-Dub. K-Dub actually has been absent a fair bit now.
Devo just accidentally demoed K-Dub as he was just chilling in the midfield. K-Dub is back in the game. For a while it looked like he might have been having controller issues. Good save by Turbo. I do think that the winner of this game, well, rather, let me restart this sentence. I think EnVy need to win this game if they want to win the series. Gale Force, on the other hand, I could see them taking a mini reverse sweep. That would not be too out of character.
I mean, it's now, in reality, it's down to best of 3 now.
Yeah. Yeah, can we call it a reverse sweep, a mini reverse sweep if Gale Force win game 6 and 7 after losing this one? I don't think so. That's a stretch. Who knows? Maybe we will.
I mean, I don't know that we can call that a sweep. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, look at this sweep by Greasy. Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to sweep the ball into the net, but he did not. He hit the crossbar. I should have seen that coming, to be honest.
Well, Remco putting up the long ball. Greasy not going to go for that one straight away. Fakes twice. Once, then twice. Violent Panda able to get the block onto Remco. Devo just get beaten out by Turbo there. K-Dub with the pinch off the ground almost. The half volley as it came up. Doesn't actually come to anything as Greasy was there. The wall in defense. Devo now going for the perfect ground. Ball stopped almost dead in the midfield. Turbo does get given the runaround by Greasy now. Greasy trying to drop something down. Is it going to be able to get there? No. Violent Panda for the clear. We're seeing the ping pong stage a lot, but it's been good ping pong. The fake almost came out. The 50-50 still in favour of Gale Force right now. No follow-up. Devo not feeling too pressured. Passes it on to Greasy. Are they going to try and set something up? There's one. There's two. Violent Panda gets in the way. Remco on target. Turbo from deep. It's very back and forth right now. No clear winner outright.
I do like the ground play that's coming out of Devo this game. Probably the player most likely to take the ball to the ground from EnVy. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see any of the Gale Force boys going that route. But it's looking good for EnVy so far. They've not found the goal, but they're looking pretty established in their rotation. They're getting chances, and I think it's just a matter of time before they're able to find the back of the net if they can keep this up.
Well, Devo still trying to figure something out. EnVyUs, I think both teams have slowed down the intensity right now. They're more cautious. Each knows that any mistake could prove fatal.
Oh, bad spawn for K-Dot. Oh, Remco missed!
No! Oh, that is devastating. That is not a miss that should be happening at this level of play, Johnny.
Yeah, Remco's had a few of those today, but not for a while. He started off this series pretty badly, and then tried to look a bit better. Oh, Devo nearly falls on it. It's a great touch by Turbo to take the ball to safety.
It's a mosh pit in the net. What's going on?
A ball close to the net, but ultimately in a safe location thanks to Turbo Pulsa. Violent Panda with a screamer of a clear there. He was hardly moving, but the ball tells a different story. Final minute. It's been all EnVy in Game 5, but they have nothing to show for it so far. And this is the time of the game when Gale Force are most dangerous. They sit back, they frustrate you, they don't let you score, and then just when you think it's all over, they find a goal of their own.
This is absolutely brutal. This has been one hell of a marathon, almost all the way. Every single game has almost been played. Both teams are starting to feel it. You can see it in the whiffs. The crisp, clean finishes that we saw in the first couple of games are starting to fall few and further between. Really not looking good. But there we go, off the post! No, Panda has been robbed. That is a tragedy of our time. That is absolutely heartbreaking for GFE.
Oh, wide open. That was a free shot and a tame one from Devo. He will be kicking himself for not putting that top shelf, or at least hitting the crossbar, giving Remco something to get his teeth into. We might have one more chance. Greasy to the ceiling. It's still up, but Devo can't get it. Fake kickoff alert. We're on that straight kickoff where it can happen more often than not, but these teams going to play it safe. Gale Force have won the majority of overtimes this series. Will they take another?
The onus is on them now, Johnny. It's all their move. They're the ones that have to show the aggression. Remco slamming into K-Dot. This man is just unstoppable with these demos. Greasy following the shot, almost had the touch again. Turbo now from Panda. Devo gets in the way. Devo over the top. Is he going to hit the net? Oh, he's hit it! Devo! Absolutely insane for the finish. He comes over, he interrupts one play, he goes over the top of one, hits the post. Doesn't matter, he's going to drop it straight down. Panda can't get round it in time. Devo is absolutely huge right now, Johnny. This could be it. EnVyUs could be our winners. The next game is going to decide everything right now. This is so close. Too close to call, almost.
Devo, it is his ground play that separates the deadlock. Great recovery. Side flip flick to center the ball, and he's going to finish it himself. He didn't have to. He had support, but he knew he could score. So he just went for it. And he's taken a while to let that sink in. So now we do have Devo ready for Game 6. Gale Force need the mini reverse sweep. They need 2 in a row. Evo, Remco, and Greasy. They've been in this position before. They had this in the first series. They were winning 3-1, I believe. Then it came back to 3-2 and then 3-all, but they were able to take it. But now the stakes are higher, at an all-time high for the PRL Rivals Week. This is where we'll see, have Envy been able to shake that curse, the curse which has been Gale Force Esports.
This is the pinnacle of our Rivals Week right now. This is so close. Envy and GFE, a tale of two titans battling it out, and what a battle it has been. Unbelievable plays made on both sides. Fatal errors as well. Can Greasy find it?
Greasy!
He finds it! Top shelf! Look at that!
Greasy
Oh, my
doing
heart
an
can't take
Evo.
it.
Exactly the same thing as we saw finishing off Game 5 is how we're going to start Game 6. This time Greasy's grind game. Very similar to what Devo did. Just a quick recovery and then a side flip flick. And then the open net finish. Well played, Greasy stepping up to the plate. And he might look again, this time no boost to follow up, and that wouldn't have made a difference. K-Dop was on the back wall. This is the game that Envy need to win. I said they needed to win Game 5. I think the same is true for this game. If they can't win Game 6, when they've already got the lead, then their belief is just going to be shot going into Game 7. The center ball from Greasy. A bit violent there. Just a nice little pinch to the middle.
Really, Envy need all the confidence they can get. Losing right now in Game 6 would be absolutely devastating, and I don't think they could actually withstand it if it came down to a Game 7. They need this one for their egos, for their confidence, for the prize pool. But GFE are determined. They are relentless. These guys have been absolute hounds. Have we got Remco's missed counter as well? How many counters have we got going?
He's had such a shaky final series. Some of the games have been really, really solid, then others have been so dodgy. This is only 2 minutes into this game. Remco's not really had much to do, but one whiff from an uncontested aerial is not a good sign. 3 minutes to go. Can Envy hold on? Can they continue to do what they've done for most of today? And that is hold Gale Force to nothing. When they've been winning, they've been getting a lot of, you know, something to nil. Oh my goodness, so many accidental demos coming in for Devo. I've got to say that he didn't expect that to be a demolish, but that's exactly what it was. Completely blind, but successful. Half the game gone. One shot for Gale Force.
Right now. Another demo coming out from Greasy. It's halfway there. Envy are just living on a prayer right now. They really need to keep everything they've got for this. They have the lead. 2 minutes, 15 seconds is all that stands between them and that $600 prize pot. Can they hold on to it? They have been shaky. They have been wobbly so far, but this is the final test of their patience. Can they hold it together long enough? They're at the final hurdle of this marathon. And what a marathon it has been, Johnny.
Oh my word!
Oh my God!
Are you serious?
What just happened?
What?
I would be so upset. What is going on there?
There's no way that this is... Oh my goodness, K-Dot knew nothing about that. That is pass of the century from Violent Panda. Are you serious?
My God, PogChamp all over that. What was that? That was mental.
Violent Panda somehow finds K-Dot while he's falling from the wall. He's just trying to recover, trying to have a nice little recovery in the middle of the game. But Violent Panda has other ideas. He slams the ball right in front of him. And what an equalizer. I don't think anybody can say it better than Turbo Pulsar with about 9 question marks in the chat. He has absolutely no idea what he just saw. And to be honest, I don't either. I need to watch that again later.
K-Dot, take my energy. My goodness, if you can make shots like that, keep going. GFE are absolute troopers for sticking with this. They're down, they're almost out, but not quite. They're still fighting. They're the underdogs. Violent Panda fires another one off. Devo able to get the redirect out into safety. Now Devo's on the attack of his own. He bullies it through K-Dot. Turbo though able to come off clean back into the blue half. Now Turbo again. Who's he passing to? No one's in the middle. Remco over the top. Can K-Dot get to it? Yes, he can. Easy for a man of this caliber. Turbo again now
Oh,
on the
1v1.
dribble. Can he get it there to flick on one? He's freestyling. It's a bit too soon to celebrate, Turbo. You're still 1-1 tied and a game down. It's series point, match point, in fact. And all that rests between EnVy and the win is one measly goal. Can they pull it off? GFE
Oh, Panda again. The
So hard.
K-Dop.
Incredible breezy again.
That was
Oh,
so
boy.
close to another great pass from Violent Panda. A passing play which on any other day might have been pass of the series, but with the bar being set so high by this same man, I don't think we're going to see a better pass than that for a long time. Violent Panda, we said that he was the one who they would look to find a way to be creative, to make the play that would surprise EnVy, and that is exactly what has happened. That is the one reason that we're in overtime in Game 6. Gale Force have taken most of the overtimes, but EnVy have had their fair share, and they might get another one. This might be it, and it is!
Breezy to finish. Oh, there it is. That's GG's, boys. Turbo's out, Panda's out. GG's, well played. Greasy finds it. Man, oh man, what a series it has been. EnVyUs take the lead. 2-1 in the best of sevens. The marathon has been run, Johnny. The gauntlet has been finalised. It has been an
Game 20.
absolute pleasure to watch. My
Game
goodness.
20, ladies and gentlemen. And I make that the final score of, what is that going to be? That's going to be 11-9? Yeah, 11-9. Not bad. Not bad by the
Unbelievable.
EnVy boys.
They are going to be absolutely over the moon with that win. That is for sure. It has been fantastic running this event. My guys in chat, it has been wonderful. We do have a couple of final words from our sponsors. Johnny Boy has worked very closely with Bad Panda. They have been absolutely instrumental in our running of this tournament. We have a short video just to tell you what they're all about before one final giveaway, just to thank you guys for being such good fans. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, Johnny Boy here, and I'd like to introduce you to a brand new website, Bad Panda. This is an all-new site designed to improve your Rocket League gameplay with over 30 hours of video-based training as well as exclusive interviews from the likes of Kronovi, Fireburner, Greasy Meister, Scrubkilla, and many more. There's no better resource to learn from. Every week, I myself will host these interviews with the pros, where we'll talk about everything from their career highlights, what it's like to be an esports athlete, and how to become a better player. In addition, Bad Panda offers Rocket League coaching and replay analysis from some of the best players in the game. So if any of this sounds like your cup of tea, whether it be video-based training, exclusive interviews with the pros, or one-to-one coaching, you'll find everything that you need at badpanda.gg.
I
back, guys.
hate sellouts. I hate sellouts so much. It makes me so angry when people sell out. They give up all their dignity. How could they do this? I love them so much, and then they
We've
became a
lost
sellout.
all the respect.
Man, I'm so mad. I'm gonna break something. It's probably
Well,
broken.
We've got one final sellout before we go. We do have one last giveaway from Turtles. The keyword is GG. That's GGS in chat to be in with the chance. 3 lucky winners for the last time going to be able to try and pick up some bracelets. So get those going in chat. Johnny, it has been a fantastic series. What's been your takeaway moment so far from this?
Oh, I just need to go back and watch that K-Dop goal, just so I can see Violent Panda's assist. Honestly, probably the best assist I've ever seen. And I can say that with all honesty. I'm not even trying to make it sound more hype than it actually is. That was reminiscent of the Jacob assist to Sad Jr. versus Flipside at RLCS Season 2, Game 1. So, yeah, go watch that one if you didn't see it. But more close to heart is that Violent Panda to K-Dop play. It's ridiculous.
Well, this has been an absolutely fantastic series, Johnny. It has been my pleasure to cast with you. Guys at home, thank you so much for watching. It has been absolutely incredible, unbelievable. What a great end to Rivals Week. We've seen some top tier plays from both teams, both GFE and EnVy. EnVy, of course, unfortunately losing out in the end just to GFE. It has been Our pleasure. Massive shout out to all of our sponsors. Great job. Johnny, it's been our pleasure. Personal shout out if you've been watching from JOIM. Mad love to you guys. Any final words, Johnny?
GG's.
GG's, well played. That's going to do us. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye from us.